Dave. This is Joe.
I listened to that podcast and I was like, I am with him.
That sounds really cool. And then Chris Humphrey's hard fouls. And Kevin Garnett pushes him straight into the third row. Let's go. My name is Dave. This is Joe. Let's go.
This is the Boston Sports Nerds Podcast, the BSN Nerd Show.
Joe, you got anything you want to say before you go?
No, we have talked a lot.
We have tons of nothing left in the tank.
Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of the Boston Sports Nerds Podcast, the BSN Nerd Show. My name is Dave, and of course, I'm accompanied by my two fellow nerds here. To my right, I have the host of WECP,
Aaron.
And to my left, I have the host of, or co-host of, Down in Distance.
Joe, a.k.a. Chef Joe R.D., a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo. No, that's...
Well, okay. All right.
Fuck that guy.
That was worth it, but...
Chef Joe R.D.
Chef Joe R.D. I like that. Cooking up manwich.
Cooking up delicious manwich.
Some
Turkey
real good
manwich.
It's some real good manwich. This is, of course, the 71st episode, following episode 70, titled My Butt Cheeks Are Raw. Just saw that on the screen. Forgot about that. So, just a quick reminder if you missed it. Action-packed week again.
Newsflash, they're not anymore.
They're not anymore. They're just tan.
Mm-hmm.
They're just slightly more tan than they were 10 days ago. That's all. Wild week. We got a bunch of playoff sports going on. We got the NFL draft, which just took place.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Red Sox playing because they're going to do that for what seems like eternity.
Yeah.
The baseball season. So
Still in first.
let's get into the Patriots first.
All right.
Right?
Hit the draft.
We'll hit the draft. What'd you guys think?
Meh.
Yeah. Play neutral.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, and I didn't love it. I love Sony Michel.
Okay.
I love their first round.
He fucked me up about Sony Michel. I'll let you go, but
I love their first round.
yeah.
I like the corner they took in the second round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave's cousin.
Yeah, Duke Dawson.
Dawson.
My old cousin, Duke. Cousin Duke.
And other than that, I'm indifferent about the other guys.
Yeah.
They took like he played for the Bills after he played for the Pats. He's a linebacker.
Brandon Spikes.
Thank you.
Yep.
They took a Brandon Spikes light linebacker,
Mm-hmm.
a guy who cannot cover the pass at all.
Yep.
But he's just like the size of a house.
Okay.
And he's good at stopping the run.
Yep.
And then they took like the complete opposite of him as another linebacker.
Nice.
So like
So you're talking about Bentley out of Purdue.
Juwan Bentley is that his name?
Yeah.
And then Christian Sam, I think.
Yeah, he's out of Arizona. He's the other inside linebacker.
So which one's which?
Smaller. So the big beefy guy is Bentley.
Yeah, Juwan Bentley.
Okay, yeah.
And then Christian Sam is more athletic and mainly a coverage linebacker.
So I will always remember him as Bentley Spikes.
Bentley Spikes.
That's
Juwan Bentley is literally a house. He's big.
All right.
He's thick.
Bentley he's also a 4-year starter.
He's very slow.
He was a 3-time team captain.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole report on him is that he's great at being like a smart play caller. Like if you need him to wear the green dot.
Van Noy.
Oh, actually, the best pick they took in the draft was in the 6th round when Belichick
Another wide
essentially
receiver.
gave Danny Amendola the middle finger on public television.
Yeah.
And was just like, oh, you're going to leave. How about we just get this
Braxton Berrios,
white slot receiver who likes to return punts, and we'll just have him do the exact same thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's literally he picked Danny Amendola.
Danny Amendola?
Or Wes Welker or Julian. He picked that person.
Insert white slot receiver.
He's a smart kid. He graduated in 3 years.
Nice. That's cool. That's good detail right there. I like that. He is airing his notes heavy.
I also
today.
think
Aaron
I
is
heard
very notes heavy.
a stat that the only class he didn't get an A in was a class that required a group project for him to get an A.
Son of a bitch.
So
just how that played out.
Yeah.
He's probably on the same group as like half of his teammates.
Right, yeah.
Because he goes to Miami.
Like, hey, he's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, I need you.
I need help.
Pick up the slack.
Can't do everything.
So you didn't like Sony Michel pick?
I'm not overly happy about it at all.
I mean, I don't.
It's not even that.
It's
I
not
don't
a
like
need.
the first pick.
Isaiah Wynn?
No, not at all.
Aaron's
Why?
going hot take. Hot take.
No,
holiday right
why? What about him excites you?
He as a starting left tackle in the SEC.
Left tackle at 6'2".
As a starting left tackle in the
6'2".
SEC, he allowed only 5 pressures in his entire career as a starting left tackle in the SEC, the hardest division in college football.
He's essentially a Swiss Army knife for Bill Belichick.
He's going to play guard. He's not going to play tackle.
That's what I mean. That's what.
See, but a lot of people
But you
say
had
he is
good
gonna play
guards
tackle.
on your team.
They'll listen.
You have good guards
you
on your
don't.
team.
You have Joe Tooney on a team who's a sieve, and he was a sieve last year. He was one of the
Also, rookie.
Shaq Mason is very good. Shaq Mason is pretty good. Joe Tooney is not good, and
He was good his rookie season.
yes, but he was hyped. He was up and down his rookie season. A lot of people remember the ups. His last season, he was not that good, and this kid Isaiah Wynn is very good. He's a very good blocker. Does he have the size to play tackle? The NFL traditionally would tell you no. The Patriots traditionally would tell you no. They like giant watchtowers as their tackles.
Right.
But I mean, they'll probably throw him in the mix and see if he can play tackle. If not, they move him to guard. But he is a starting lineman on their team next year.
Now, what if he play right tackle and Trent Brown play left? What do you guys think of the Trent Brown trade?
That was a good trade.
I like Trent Brown. The problem is, I think you have a bunch of right tackles now.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
you have Cannon and Wynn.
Cannon's
There's
a right
and
tackle.
Waddle. Right. That's what I'm saying. So you have Cannon
And no, Trent Brown's a right tackle.
Right, but I mean, if in this scenario, can he play left?
Trent Brown?
Yeah.
Yes, he's
well,
6'8".
But the thing about Trent Brown is he's not athletic.
Massive.
Right.
He's
yeah.
big, but he's not athletic, and usually you have to be somewhat athletic to play left tackle. Like Solder was pretty athletic, even though he was a big motherfucker. So I think actually, it's more likely that
Wynn plays left tackle.
Trent was what's his name? Trent Brown.
Yes.
Brown. Yeah.
He was very good at right tackle.
Yeah, he was real good. Yeah. Right.
So odds are he probably plays right tackle, and Cannon moves to left tackle because I think Cannon's actually more athletic than Trent Brown is.
I'd buy that.
I just think guard was not your... And I understand you don't draft for need. And if you're going to really point a finger at someone, it's the middle fingers at fucking Vrabel, that cocksucker, drafting the fucking...
Such a smart move for him.
No.
He knows.
He drafted the middle linebacker that the fucking Patriots... that was the pick.
Traded up.
Right.
They traded up to the pick before the Patriots
Right.
to take fucking Rashawn Evans.
He knows.
That motherfucker.
Right.
So my point to the whole point of Shoney Michel, yes, is he a good player and possibly a game changer at times? Yeah, he can be.
His comp is Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, but that's the problem though. Like, to expect that, it's not feasible, especially in this offense. So my point is, you could have drafted somebody else with that pick, and you could have picked up in the 6th round, like Bo Scarborough out of Alabama, and had your running back.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of running back.
I understand
Bo
that,
Scarborough is just going
but
to
you already
run you
have
over.
three running backs that can catch passes.
This is the best point that you made while we were on the phone the other day after the draft.
I don't even remember.
I said, I like Sony Michel. He's a need. He feels a need. He says, yeah. Why did they sign Jeremy Hill then? And I was like, yeah.
Jeremy
that
Hill.
Is odd.
They re-signed
I forgot Jeremy
Burkhead.
Hill was on the roster
Well,
when they drafted Sony Michel.
Want to know why?
Because they didn't draft Sony Michel yet when they signed Jeremy Hill.
Jeremy Hill is here for like $375,000 that you can cut immediately and not take a penalty.
He's got to be.
No,
cut.
they're going to
Same with Gillislee.
They're
going to
cut Gillislee.
Gillislee,
But I think
he's
a running back that you could still use. I think if you're going to cut Gillislee, you could still have a Bo Scarborough on this team for a 6th round pick, and you still have White, you still have Burkhead. You don't need this pick. That's my point. It's not. This is purely. I think he's better than the quarterback that we don't want to pick. Obviously,
I think that Belichick just had a really high grade on Sony Michel.
Yeah,
I think
he may just really, really like his game.
Aren't they both coming off of injuries? By the way,
Sony Michel has a knee injury,
and so does Wynn. Wynn has an elbow injury.
But Wynn played through it. Actually, that was the other thing.
He didn't participate in.
He's only given up 5 pressures his entire career.
Yeah, and he was hurt
at Georgia. His last season, he played with like a torn meniscus in his shoulder or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Wynn didn't participate in the combine. He was still considered injured and didn't want to risk it.
Yeah. So I really like the Wynn pick. I'm indifferent about the Sony Michel pick, but I do like Sony Michel has the potential to be.
He could be a really good running back.
You don't need Rex Burkhead or James White anymore. Like, he does everything. He's your 3-down,
I think
all the time
Burkhead's
guy.
back on a 1-year deal, right?
Yes, Burkhead's probably gone after this year.
That's I'm assuming too.
But that's my point. I think you had 2 to 3 guys that can do that. What you're going to utilize him as.
This is probably...
That's all my point. You have
agree with
3
you.
guys that can do that.
I think you're right if you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
You're looking at this season. I think Belichick, always the cap guy, goes, I don't want to have to pay Rex Burkhead again. I don't want to have to pay James White again.
Right.
And their contracts are probably both up, I think, at around the same time.
Yep.
Burkhead signed a 3-year deal.
Was it a 3-year deal?
2 or 3-year deal.
Yeah, they could be
so he's here a couple of years.
All right.
That's my. But you also signed Jeremy Hill to like peanuts.
But James White, did he sign last year?
I believe last year he re-upped. I believe it was last year.
Jeremy Hill is going to be gone.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Like,
I think they come into this season and the only 3 running backs on the roster are Sony Michel, James White, and Rex Burkhead.
Right.
And not one of those guys are like between the tackle.
Right, Sony
beast.
Michel.
I don't think he is.
He's
got
almost
knee issues though. But that's what I'm saying. He's got knee issues. So you're going to put a guy that has knee issues in running in the middle.
He hurt his knee. I don't know if he has knee issues. To me, that's 2 different things. He hurt his knee last year.
But what tends to be the thing that happens as soon as you have a knee problem as a running back, what tends to be the thing that goes on through your career? You have knee issues. Same thing with my issue with when they drafted, what's his name, years ago, that has no fucking ACLs ever.
Right. Yeah.
It's
there's a player in the NBA that doesn't have any ACLs. Like, literally, they just had him removed.
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe.
Not Drew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he didn't have him removed. He was born without him.
Yeah.
Which is a wild thing. Yeah.
I just think you don't need to waste that pick. I feel, and I'm not saying it's a waste, but I also didn't want him to get fucking. I think Lamar Jackson didn't do anything for me either.
I just don't think that they like this draft. You can tell by how many times Bill was in position to take people and just traded.
Yeah.
I just don't think he had high grades on a lot of people in this draft.
Yeah.
So he just took people like Sony Michel. His board might have literally looked like our highest grades are, Rashawn Evans. He got picked. That's unfortunate. And then Isaiah Wynn.
Yep.
They had probably Sony Michel in first, second round grades right on the line. And then they had Duke Dawson and no one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they were like, all right, well.
So what do you think of the report then, thinking about that they may not have been interested in anybody? What about the report from Mayfield's agent?
And they're all bullshit.
I think it's
no
bullshit.
one.
I think we're all.
He doesn't sound excited at all. Like, if that was the case and that was the word you got from the Patriots,
right,
you would have been like, holy shit. And when you talked about it, be like, you wouldn't believe. No, he's like, you wouldn't believe the team that was actually involved, possibly for trading up to the second pick to take him, if he was going to be there.
I don't believe any.
You
of
wouldn't
that
believe
bullshit.
it. It's the Patriots.
I had to listen.
That's the most bland thing I've ever heard. That's how he talked.
Right.
I had to listen for fucking 4 months about how the Pats were in love with Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Like, he was
obviously
the guy that they brought in the most for interviews and blah 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 blah, and then they passed on him twice in the same round.
Right.
All the way to pick 31. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think
passed on him again, and knowing he's probably getting traded back up for.
Right.
They knew he was gone after they didn't pick him at 31.
Right.
So
they weren't going to get him at 12 in the second round.
No, they knew that Lamar Jackson. Bill Belichick does mock drafts before every draft. Mm-hmm. He knows that most people are going to trade back up and try and get a quarterback in the first round.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Lamar Jackson's not leaving the first round.
Is it infuriating to also watch him just keep trading down, and then drafting guys, like you said, are very much so like a run-stuffing linebacker that, yes, at times did you give up something in the running game in the playoffs? Yeah, okay. But at the same time, if he can't cover anybody, what's the fucking point?
See, I think their secondary's good.
No, I'm not saying their secondary. I'm talking about their linebackers.
Like covering the running
because
back.
Wasn't that the issue we talked about when you played Miami?
Sorry,
fucking
with Josh Drake going crazy,
just Drake going nuts out of the backfield. Any running back that has semi skills out of the backfield,
you're 1,000% right.
Hosed.
Yeah, no.
I think
My bad. I thought you meant their secondary covering people.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think their
right,
secondary is bad. I'm not worried about the secondary. I'm worried about the front seven of that defense.
It depends. If Dante Hightower is healthy, I'm not worried about their linebackers getting hosed. Because Dante Hightower, actually, I didn't know this, but he's a very, very good coverage linebacker.
He could play it.
Like
I think
Pro
he's
Football
more,
Focus
I think
grade,
he's
one of the highest coverage linebackers in the NFL.
I think he's more like a Brewski-esque, where he's like, I know where I need to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's not fast.
He's not wildly athletic like Jamie Collins.
He knows he follows what Belichick tells him, and he goes there.
I think they doubled up my linebacker because they needed the depth really bad, especially with Harris retiring.
Yeah. Harris retiring, Harrison retiring, and them cutting McClellan.
Yeah.
Right.
So they needed the depth at linebacker.
Yeah.
I think this draft, the fact that they didn't address defensive line at all means that Belichick has a lot of confidence in the guys that he's bringing back.
Yeah.
Or there's two ways to look at it. He traded a lot for next year picks.
Right.
Next year's draft class, like the top 10 guys in the draft class are defensive linemen.
Right.
The draft class is insanely stacked at defensive line, unbelievably. So maybe he just likes next year's defensive line class, and he knows that
he can operate there.
Especially if he loads up on picks.
Right.
He could potentially trade up into the first round and take 2 stud defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And solve his issue. I think you're right. I think he likes his second. I don't think he thinks the defense is really that bad.
No, I just think that the one issue you did have, we know Belichick's never going to go out. He already got his pass rusher. He already did. He signed Adrian Claiborne.
Right.
And
I
forgot about
and
that.
he expects Rivers to come back full health.
Derek Rivers, that's what I was going to say when you mentioned Hightower.
The rotation of Rivers, Claiborne, Hightower, and what's his name? Who's the other defensive end? Played really good this year. Trey Flowers.
Trey Flowers, yeah.
A rotation of those 4 guys, he expects that to give him enough pass rush.
Plus
With places like Dietrich Wise, Malcolm Brown.
That's what I'm saying. He thinks if they play to the level they're supposed
Danny
to.
Shelton, too.
Yeah, Danny Shelton.
Well, Danny Shelton's more of a... And he doesn't
He'll
really...
be a D-tackle,
he gets it interior
Well, Malcolm Brown.
push.
Malcolm Brown is the same kind of... It's like Malcolm Brown... If you put Malcolm Brown, Danny Shelton, that kid they drafted from Purdue, the 2-down linebacker, and Dante Hightower on the field...
Yep.
With whoever your ends are, you're not going to run.
Right.
You're not going to run.
Right.
Because
that will be tough.
That linebacker will stop the run if you try to run up the middle.
Right.
You're not. You can run. It better be a sweep because you're not going up the middle.
Yeah. Right.
I don't care if you have Derrick Henry and the best Titans line there ever is. You're not running up the middle. It's not happening.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah.
I just think they saw it as we have enough. We don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, almost every one of those guys, except for a couple of the guys that we named, all the other ones, they all have. And you can't coach for injuries, you can't draft for injuries. But majority of the guys you have in those positions,
right,
they're all injury prone.
Not really reliable. Right.
This is why I understand the Sony Michel pick.
Every year, Hightower. How many games does he miss every year?
That's true. Yeah.
This is why I understand the Sony Michel pick. Rex Burkhead was very good for you last year, but he doesn't match the kind of explosiveness that Dion Lewis does.
Right.
Sony Michel almost single-handedly won the game for Georgia versus Alabama. Like, he was the guy in that game. He has the chance to just take over games.
Right, yeah.
He's that good of a running back.
You just feed him and go nuts, yeah.
And
what did he average, 6-7 yards?
Yeah, he's really good.
Right. What do we got? 7.9 last year.
Yeah.
6.1 for his career, yeah.
He's really, really good. And he's not going to have a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
Because you have to respect Tom Brady.
Right, yeah.
So he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yep.
He has the ability to just be a stud, like a workhorse. You know what I mean?
And he wasn't utilized the way from what I've read, because obviously I'm not a very big college.
Well, he split carries.
Right, he split carries, and he wasn't utilized in college the way that the Patriots will, like pass heavy offense. They like to throw to their backs, whatever they said. Like you said, he can. They didn't do a ton of it with him. You know what I mean? Like he had some catches, obviously. He's got some stats racked up there, but he's mostly been between the tackles, running back, and he's really good at that.
Yeah.
But if he can also add that dynamic explosion, kind of like a Kamara type, or
I don't
something
think
like
he's
that.
as elusive as
Lewis.
Deion Lewis was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but I don't think there's a lot of guys in the league that are.
yeah.
Deion Lewis is wildly shifty.
I mean, he's
yeah.
elusive, but I
Right.
don't think he's as elusive as
Yeah, yeah.
stop on a. Like,
I think
cut on
that's a
dime.
tough
But I
comparison
think
for
he's.
anybody.
I think he's a much better. Like he will still he can hit like run you over. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of that from Lewis.
I mean, Lewis did it surprisingly.
Yeah, he was tough. He was a tough runner.
Yeah, but
right.
what was Lewis? 5'8", 5'9",
Right.
200, maybe 200 pounds,
he's
Right.
way more
189.
prototypical size for a running back. Sony Michel.
Yeah, he's 5'11", 215,
he's
220.
built like a running back.
I also think that the Michelle pick, for me, I'm very play neutral in the draft. I always kind of wait until training camp to see some people play, find out what the situations are with them, just because I don't follow college, and no one really knows. You know what I mean? Like, I've read reports on Bleacher Report that the Patriots had the second best draft in the entire NFL, and there's a report on ESPN that they had the 29th worst draft, or the 29th ranked draft in the NFL. I'm like, oh, so no one knows how to really grade this draft then. Like, there's no consistency at all. So
Just pick some weird players.
yeah, there's definitely some reaches. I don't think that's very...
That's not unlike
this
Belichick.
was, I was going to say, this is the perfect Bill Belichick draft, where everyone's just sort of like, huh. And I trust Bill because they get to the Super Bowl all the goddamn time doing this kind of thing. You know what I mean? I know you wanted more, and I probably did too, deep down, like sitting there watching, like, oh, well, they need a backup quarterback at some point. Brady's going to retire or whatever. Maybe the guy in the seventh round is it. I don't know.
I actually think the standout from this draft class is going to be the corner they took.
Yeah, Duke Dawson.
Because
The guy,
I heard
He's a good friend.
I heard a report
He
that
makes a mean chicken sandwich.
I heard a report that
at the barbecues, family picnic.
they were going to take him last year if he came out.
Really?
They like him that much.
Really, yeah.
But he decided to go back, and
No, yeah, you're
he
right.
might be the he might be the starting slot corner.
Let's do it.
what's it they're saying?
I'm
I
down.
heard there's a possibility of him being that, but I also heard the corner they took in the seventh round. Was it Crossan? The word about him is because he went to Western Carolina State.
Of course.
There's no pro day, so he had to go to Wake Forest's pro day, and he showed out everyone on defensively that was there.
You know
Now, granted, it's Wake Forest, but there have been first round picks at
Right,
Wake
yeah.
Forest.
You know what that sounds kind of like?
What?
A former cornerback.
Yeah,
for
I
the
know,
Patriots.
but only he just didn't go undrafted. He was a seventh round pick.
Yeah,
It's pretty damn close, though.
They nabbed him.
Do you know if
Yeah.
he ever worked at Chick-fil-A?
No, I don't know. But he did go to Western Carolina, so he probably didn't get a lot of money.
Right.
He probably did have
Probably
a job.
ate a lot of Chick-fil-A.
He probably had a job
Yeah.
in college.
Yeah.
What do you think about the quarterback they took?
I watched his little mix, his little highlight mix. He didn't incomplete any passes on the mix I saw, so
Well, it's a highlight mix.
so I'll take him. His body type, everything looks good.
Yeah, 6'3".
I heard he was the most efficient, or one of the most efficient quarterbacks when they came to like protecting the ball
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But he had like NFL talent around him and never was like.
Well, he also
incredible.
transferred halfway through his college career.
I like the 43-19 touchdown interception ratio for an entire career in college.
Yeah, he was. He didn't wow the scouts, so they're gonna shit on him kind of. But.
Well, school switch too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Where did he start out? Purdue?
Purdue, then switched to LSU. And he finished his last year with 153 rating. 53.
Let me see.
Yeah.
153. 153.
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
want to know how many attempts he had.
153 quarterback rating.
Only
That's
two.
wild.
Only 275 attempts. That's
Right.
like not a lot.
But
not
also
a lot.
think about
Oh
he's been playing with as running backs.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Like last year, who was
Yeah,
his
it
running
wasn't a
back?
passing offense,
The year
right.
the year
Fournette.
before was his
Fournette,
yeah.
right.
So you had and then
I don't
didn't
like
there
his completion percentage.
Don't like his percentage, but I do like his touchdown interception ratio. What he was 19-2 last year?
16-2.
16-2. Yeah.
Tom
Whatever.
Brady didn't.
I was
didn't-
right. just
With,
play it
and
safe.
how many games did they play? 12.
I know,
Brady
right.
played
But
12.
it's just
I
not
mean, I'm just
perfect.
saying.
It says 13. And he
13,
wasn't-
yeah, because you play a
Bowl game.
playoff
He
bowl game.
did pretty much. He dipped his sophomore year in completion percentage, but he did improve his completion percentage
every year.
pretty much every year. Yeah.
I was bummed that the Giants got Loletta.
Yeah, that was the
I
one
was
guy
like,
everybody was talking
I
about.
was like, what a kick in the dick. Like, I really thought we were going to grab him. I spent a lot of time watching him. I'm like, I like Loletto. They did it. They talked me into it. Like I said, I don't have a lot of feelings about the draft.
I do.
I get excited for it. I like the activity. Actually, so I'm sitting there. For me, that's perfect. I'm like, oh, they had like 8 trades. It was unbelievable. Like, but I like watching. I'll give you my thoughts on the draft in hindsight.
They're
once I see
stacked picks wise for next year. They have so many picks.
They have 2. They have a first, 2 seconds, and 3/4. Is that true?
Yeah, but they also are going to get compensatory picks for probably Dion Lewis and Malcolm Butler and Amendola.
There's another one.
There's another one.
Nate Solder.
Right. And the compensatory picks for I think Malcolm Butler and Nate Solder are expected to be third round picks.
Right, yeah.
So they're going to have like 3 thirds, 2 seconds.
Right.
Like 4 fourths.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
They're going to have a ton of picks.
That's true.
They also signed, like, sneakily didn't hear about this really, and they signed him on the 24th, was John Ulrich, the tackle, another right tackle. So they have, like, 10 right tackles.
They have, like, 10 tackles on the roster right now.
Yeah, they have a lot of tackles. Just who's going to be the left one?
Right.
I'm almost of the belief that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The difference between right tackle and left tackle. Because if you think about it, the right side of the line, Von Miller is across from you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, especially when you're playing against them this year.
A lot of the best
you're
defensive ends play the other tackle now.
Right.
Yeah.
They play against the right
They
side.
match up
They
on purpose.
switch,
Yeah.
So if you're like Von Miller is on record saying Trent Brown is the best blocker he's ever gone against. He said it like in an interview. Like that guy fucking is insane.
Right.
So why can't he be a left tackle?
Yeah. No, I
If
think
he can stop Von Miller,
Right.
there's not many more defensive ends that are more athletic than Von Miller.
Right. Yeah.
So
that'll be interesting.
They're also had a crazy draft.
Oh, they got the kid.
They got Chubb.
Yeah.
I think he might be a little overrated.
But still, he's not going to have as much people watching him.
Yeah, because he's got Von Miller on the line.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if
I
you
thought
have that...
I really thought LA was going to fuck that up. He's been really bad.
You know who really fucked up their draft?
The Jets?
The Cleveland Browns. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you don't like Baker Mayfield?
I think Baker Mayfield...
I don't think you need to take him at 1.
You don't take him at 1.
I am going on record right now
like
that Baker Mayfield will have the best career out of all of these running quarterbacks.
I think he might. I'm not wildly... I don't hate Baker Mayfield.
He's going.
He might be
he honestly
really
is going to the best team. I think the Cleveland Browns are more talented than the New York Jets, the Arizona Cardinals, or the Buffalo Bills.
Out of teams that took quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not counting I'm not counting the Ravens.
I was going to say the Giants are pretty good.
I think the only team that I would...
Not pretty good, but there's a lot of talent for
the
a
only
quarterback
team
to work with.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'm saying out of the teams that took quarterbacks,
right,
he went to the most talented
but I
team.
think offensive weapons. Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Offensive line, your best offensive lineman just retired.
Yeah, but their offensive line is
line,
still
though.
pretty good.
I just think you could have... Like, Buffalo has a good offensive line.
Yeah.
Well, they just lost. They lost Cordy Glenn. They traded him to move up.
True.
That's
true.
What's his name retired? Incognito, who was like their best guard.
Okay.
Right.
So, or Arizona,
true,
though.
yeah.
Arizona's line is not very good. And then now
Young.
they have Sam Bradford, who's constantly injured, and Josh Rosen is an injury concern in himself.
I just felt like I didn't like coming back and taking the corner.
I think they wanted I don't think they wanted Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
I just think they wanted...
Because they already had that guy.
I heard an interview...
but you can't have enough of those guys.
I heard in an interview
you could put
that,
him on the opposite side.
Right.
They loved Myles Garrett last year, but they watched a lot of tape, and the quarterbacks were getting the ball out like 2 steps before Garrett would hit them.
Yeah.
So they were like, we need better coverage.
Yeah.
So that he can get there.
This is that Moneyball guy, right?
Well,
The analytical data guy?
it was
Yeah.
Sashi Brown, who I think was big into that.
Okay,
But
yeah.
now it's John Dorsey, who was like the guy who drafted Brett Favre. It's like
okay.
old-timey GM.
All right. Yeah.
Been around the way. You know
Nice.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brett Favre.
I actually, little conspiracy theory, no one knew who the Browns were taking up until the draft.
Right.
I actually think Baker Mayfield knew. because he put out that picture. Did you see the picture he put out?
Yeah, Brett Favre.
The Brett Favre, he remade the Brett Favre picture.
From
and
when
in
he
the
got
back,
drafted.
so there's the Brett Favre connection with John Dorsey. So John
Right,
Dorsey was the guy who got Brett Favre to Green Bay.
Right.
In the back of that Baker's recreation, though, it says "We love the Cavs"
Oh, really?
on a sign,
Oh, that's weird.
which is referencing Cleveland.
Cleveland. Right.
So
Right.
there's a sign in the Brett Favre one too.
Yeah. Does it say we love the Cavs?
No, it doesn't say "We love the Cavs."
Yeah. I just didn't know if it was like
So
I didn't know if he had to Photoshop that part or not.
So
Well, here's the problem.
I think
though.
he knew.
But the problem with when everybody talks about Brett Favre, he didn't get drafted to Green Bay.
No, he
Right.
drafted to
Falcons.
He
Atlanta,
played, and he played there for 1 year, and got traded.
Yeah.
John Dorsey was the one
They got
who
him. They
got
traded
him to
for
Green Bay.
Okay,
Right.
I think that's what it is. He either drafted him for Atlanta or got him to Green Bay.
Yeah.
But I think it's the connection is with Green Bay and not Atlanta.
Okay. All right. What did you guys think of Brady's comments before we move on from the Patriots stuff?
Oh, I was listening to him this afternoon.
With I played the fifth.
He made a joke. He's trying to make a joke about it.
Taken out of context, they seem very bad. Did I just throw your pen across the
Yeah,
room?
not pen, soda lid.
Oh,
So
yeah, well,
that'll
not
just go flat
capping
now.
that anytime soon.
That's just going to go flat. Don't knock my drink over. Hey, little radio trick. It's actually empty.
Yep.
We're fine. Yeah. So,
I think taken out of context, they seem really shitty.
yeah.
But if you look at like the whole interview, it's not nearly as bad.
What did you think about the Butler thing?
That he didn't even know.
Yeah, he says he got
Well,
to a certain point.
he also wanted him.
He wanted him to play. He says he got to a certain point in the game where Butler was walking up and down the sideline. Let's go. He said, finally, it dawned on me, like, why has he been talking to me all day? Like, what defense are we in that he's not on the field? You know what I mean? Because when he's on the sideline, Butler shouldn't be. You know? So
Yeah.
he's like, wait a minute. He's been yapping at me all day. Like, oh, let's go. Like, cheering me on. And I'm like, why isn't he out there? What are we playing? Like, what defense is this?
It lends credence to the idea that this is the first time that the players have ever really questioned something that Belichick did.
Yeah.
And it's made them, like, fucking lose
Right.
their mind. Like,
Right.
how could you have done this to us?
Yeah. I think especially because I think it was a direct result to the win-loss of the game.
Who knows how Malcolm Butler plays, but I
Right.
have to think that he at least makes some kind of
Makes
play.
a stop at some
Yeah.
point. You know what I mean? Like, right.
And I don't need him to play great. I
Just
just need him
deflects
to
the
get
pass.
one
Right.
swat.
Get
that
one
that
swat.
forces a 3 and out.
Right.
It doesn't
Right.
give up those touchdowns that
Every time. Right.
that Rowe wasn't playing bad. They were great passes.
Right.
But they got
He
the
was
ball.
getting cooked, though. It was, like,
yeah,
unfortunate.
the guy shouldn't have got open.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, that's true.
I mean, Malcolm Butler wasn't having a great season.
No.
Right. No.
But
I mean, he played 98% of the snaps for you all year,
yeah,
and now
and
now
I
he
feel like
can't play one.
there were points, especially in that middle part of the season, where their defense was really clicking, where he was playing really good.
really well.
So
Don't worry, we drafted 2 Malcolm Butlers in this draft.
Yeah. 2 Malcolm Butlers. We got Jason
I
McCourty
don't know.
coming in.
I don't know if Duke Dawson plays outside corner.
We got Jason McCourty for that. Dog.
Yeah, no, I'm actually
Jason
excited
McCourty
about
for-
Jason McCourty.
Yeah, I am too. I like that.
I also think like you have an abundance of corners, and you took 2 more,
and I guess competition,
which isn't
always
bad.
good.
Which isn't
Yeah,
bad. I'm not
yeah.
saying that because you obviously don't know what the hell you have in Cyrus Jones.
Right.
You're
Yeah, right,
expecting
right.
him to do something other than punt return.
This is a,
Fumble.
That's why they drafted that receiver, by the way.
See,
What is it?
Cordell Patterson's going to be their punt returner. He's done it once.
I'm telling you. Yeah, but every time we talk about him, we talk about Edelman. He doesn't return kickoffs. He usually just does punt returns.
Right.
So this kid's going to take Edelman off of punt returns.
Yeah.
His name is Braxton Berrios.
The Florida kid or Miami.
Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what
He's
happens.
good.
He's the
he is-
Amendola fuck you, right? He's the Amendola.
He
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
He is Welker.
Yeah.
He is 5'9" at his tallest.
I am.
Give it to me. I like
am
that.
worried though. Like, you want to talk about drafting something you didn't need? You didn't need that kid because you brought in Jordan Matthews, who is a slot receiver.
Right.
This kid is not an outside receiver.
But here's
Right.
the thing. Would you like him to come in and learn from all those guys?
They run double slots though.
yeah, Edelman and
Yeah, but you can still keep Edelman out wide.
I mean, that's a lot of weird.
Who better?
They're the
Who
team.
better,
They're the
right?
team that
Slot.
goes 3 tight ends.
I was shocked
You know
they
what I
didn't
mean?
take a tight
3
end.
offensive tackles.
I was shocked by that.
Right.
They didn't take a tight end.
They didn't take a tight end.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did. Yeah,
The
they
last
did.
pick in the draft.
Yeah, they did.
They
Izzo.
took, yeah, but he's
Izzo.
not a tight end like that.
No, but he's as
He's a blocking.
We still have
tight end.
Dwayne
He
Allen.
is. I was going to say, you still have Dwayne
Still
Allen.
Dwayne
I know, but I was expecting
Yeah.
they all. It seems like a Patriots thing, like almost every draft that like
Take a tight end.
we're gonna try and do that Aaron Hernandez magic
They
we had
did.
before.
I think there's
They
I
are.
think there's
no,
a,
Izzo is not.
He is. He is.
I think there's a Kelsey trade in the works. You guys wait. Hot take, Dave.
Oh, not at all.
Insane.
That just Tom Brady for Travis Kelsey.
I hate Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, I don't like him either. Really good potato sack racer though. I do.
That's
It's a wild
thanks.
detail. Yep. Remember the touchdown dance?
That it translates. So
It does. Yeah.
I've actually been going to potato sack leagues to scout.
I got to get that drop in.
Boom.
Yeah, that would have been good, especially for me because I normally drop a lot of real drum,
Real
ba-doom,
side
yeah,
splitting.
yeah. Just
I will say
Slap
they
your
didn't.
knee.
At least this time they didn't draft like a 5'7" corner.
yeah. At least
Every
you got a
year
guy.
he-
yeah, they got a legit guy.
5'10", 5'11".
I'll
Like
take it.
let's get closer to 6 feet. Let's get some length.
I'll take it. By the way, Isaiah Wynn's going to be Matt Light. Okay,
No, he's not.
Left tackle.
No.
in the future. Matt Light was 6'3.5".
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. Matt Light.
I thought he was taller than that.
No.
I could have sworn he
Matt
was
Light
like
was
6'5".
Matt Light was. I'm pretty sure like the same kind of thing. Like he was supposed to have short arms and not be tall enough to play.
Well,
tackle.
Wynn started
yeah.
out as he started his rookie year, his freshman year. He started all 4 years.
They have him listed as 6'4".
Okay.
So.
Isaiah,
6'3.5".
I think that what they're going to do is that
Around that.
I think they're between now and the start of the season, they're going to try about 9 billion different combinations of offensive linemen, and they're going to whoever the best
Yeah.
5
for
offensive
combos.
linemen who's going to be on the field.
You know where I really like Isaiah Wynn? On the Patriots and the Patriots only, with Dante Scarnecchia. If there's a guy...
He is a good
that's-
offensive lineman. He doesn't have a
Right. I think he's a good offensive lineman, and if he's going to play out of position or in a new position or a position that he's not necessarily sized for, I think we're better than with Dante Scarnecchia as the offensive line coach.
The one thing we always make the joke that he drafts multiple Rutgers players, especially on
Big
defense.
Georgia week, huh?
Big Georgia.
Right.
I think he would have
Roommates,
taken
too.
everybody from Georgia. But at the same time, I also think that plays into it. That's a guard. Like I have my buddy Ozzy that I used to play football with.
Yeah.
He tells me all the time, he said, "Man, I just want you in front of me."
Yeah.
Because I know what you're going to do
Right,
when you're
right.
in front of me.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, I know what you're going to do.
Right.
So I can just play off of you. So if he already knows what Win is as a guard
Right.
or a tackle, playing
Right.
right tackle, I don't picture him being your left tackle. I really think that kid, Trent Brown, he's only 25, by the way.
Trent Brown.
Yeah, he's only 25.
Also,
He's
crazy,
real young.
crazy
I thought
rumors that he came into camp for San Francisco at like 400, like wildly over.
Yeah, he's 6 foot. So he's 6'8".
Yeah.
He's listed at 365 pounds.
reports were that he came into.
Or no, two sorry.
No,
yeah.
you were right. 303 bills.
Yeah, it's like 350.
Eesh.
Easy.
There were rumors that he came into the San Francisco 49ers camp like 420 some pounds.
There was a guy in basketball, I forget who, maybe it was Charles Barkley or something, that used to do that. He would come into camp just wildly
bloated.
overweight, and then by the time like the season, he was like, "No, I can shave
The
this."
Dream
Like, it'll be
Team. I watched the Dream Team documentary. I did not realize. Like, I only know Charles Barkley from like television now.
fine. Yeah.
In Space Jam.
Did not realize how incredible shape he was in.
Oh, he was
In
an
the Dream
animal.
the
Oh
Dream
my
Team
God.
time, it was just like
He was an animal.
unbelievable.
He was like
just
LeBron James.
shredded.
Yeah, he was like LeBron James then, and a psycho.
Yeah,
And nuts. Like, yeah, he's a
way
real,
cooler.
real tough.
Way
son of a
cooler
gun.
than LeBron.
I won't get into this too much, but I've officially jumped into the boat where I think LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play basketball.
I think he's very good.
Yeah,
I
I think he's better than Jordan.
might be willing to go that route. I will never like him.
I hate his guts.
There's nothing. I don't care.
Don't like him at all.
Someone posted a thing like, could you imagine like donating all of this stuff off the court? They were talking about all of his like philanthropy work,
Yeah.
and like, could you imagine doing all this and people still hate you?
Yeah.
And I commented on it like, can I just hate him because he's like wildly whiny
douche, yeah.
and like corny and
such
lame?
A douche,
And-
dude. I fucking hate his guts. But there's some really weird things that I really
Soft.
misremembered about Jordan. Like, it doesn't make Jordan worse. I think it just speaks to how good LeBron is, and I'm just not appreciating it, right? What's the big knock on LeBron?
He doesn't win.
He doesn't win. He doesn't have a killer instinct.
Yeah.
Right? He's not a closer. He's always
He's a crybaby.
he defers at the end of games.
Yeah.
He has
Cries a
taken in the final 5 seconds of the NBA playoff careers, game-winning shots or not game-winning, but
Yeah, he
to take
surpassed
the-
Jordan in this
He's
stat.
taken more, made more, and shoots a higher percentage than Michael Jordan in those.
Yeah, but this percentage difference is like 0.001.
No, it's like 3. He's like 46 and Jordan's 43%.
And Jordan has done less though.
He's
You know what I
done
mean?
less.
He's taken like Jordan didn't have as many opportunities as LeBron did. LeBron's been to the finals
Right.
more times.
7 times, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So he's been
played
in
more
the
playoff
playoffs
games. Right.
way more than Jordan has. He doesn't make the
yeah.
finals every year. He had 8
Yeah,
straight.
Yeah.
Was
Right.
it 8 straight finals?
This would be if he
8,
made the finals this
yeah.
year. It would be 8. Yeah.
7 straight finals, and he doesn't make the. He's made the playoffs pretty much every year he's been in the league.
Yeah. It's true. But Jordan did too.
He still sucks.
He made the playoffs. almost
Yeah,
every
but
year.
Jordan's
He was
career
first
was
round knockout a lot.
shorter.
Yeah.
You know, he lost a year.
But LeBron this year just played as many games as Jordan did.
It's crazy.
And another
It's-
knock thing too is like everyone says, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. What about LeBron? He's never done that. Well, LeBron James has the most playoff steals ever by anybody.
Again, though, that's a stat of.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, like I mean
It's
those
a
guys.
stat of like just
An
being
accumulation
there.
stat.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
it's like a lot of Tom Brady's like playoff stats are accumulation stats. He's just been there so much.
Yeah,
that-
but when he broke those records, he did it in a shorter span. Now he's just toppling those records, like Super Bowl touchdowns, or you know what I mean, or whatever, playoff touchdowns. Now every year it's like, oh yeah, now he's got 30 more than the next guy or whatever.
Yeah.
But when he broke the record, it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like a comparable contrast of time played or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know where LeBron stands as far as most playoff games played, but it can't be the most.
I don't know. I feel like he's had to have played a lot of playoff games. He's never lost the first round, so he's at least playing 4
Right.
every year since he's been in the NBA. I don't think he's ever missed the playoffs.
I don't think he's ever missed a play. Maybe his first few years.
No, he made it his rookie year.
Did he?
I thought.
Could be. I don't know. I could be wrong there.
I think he's played in the playoffs. That's a wild stat in itself that he's played in the playoffs every year,
Yeah.
if that's true.
He's 6 on the all-time list.
In games played.
Games played. Derek Fisher.
Really?
Yeah, he played for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tim
and he
Duncan.
bounced around a lot.
Yeah,
Tim
Tim Duncan,
Duncan,
another guy who's played for 1,000
Robert
years.
Horry, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tony Parker, LeBron James.
Tony Parker.
Dude, the Spurs are always in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they've won 5 championships.
So that's you're going
Right.
all the way.
Yeah, going all the way 5 times. And they've lost 2, so they've been to 7 finals also. So yeah, that's like in Parker's career.
Well, it
think
makes
about like Duncan and Parker. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
it makes
They're
sense
both
to me
like
that he would have the most steals because he's a good player.
Yeah.
And he's been there a bunch of times.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's not like Derek Fisher, who's like he's an okay player.
Right.
So I would never expect him to have the most steals in the playoffs.
But the guys that like Kobe Bryant's right behind him with 4 games
In playoffs?
in playoff appearances, but like games played.
Yeah, Kobe.
And then Manu Ginobili 6 games, Shaquille O'Neal 8-game difference, and then 16 games for Scottie Pippen, Danny Ainge, Karl Malone, Magic Johnson. All those guys are within 30.
A lot of those guys aren't steal guys. Like Shaq's not getting a bunch of steals. Scottie Pippen, yeah.
Scottie Pippen, Kobe Bryant, Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, I can't believe that he's not up there in steals.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where he is on the steals list, but
I
I don't want to go on a whole tangent about that, but
I
it
don't
just
know how I feel about LeBron James. I hate him so much that it clouds my judgment. And
I think that's
the
a real issue with everybody.
And the other thing is, I actually think both players, people view them through lenses that clouds their judgment against it.
Who?
LeBron and Jordan.
Yeah, because if you ask anyone, like the first person everybody says when they say who's the best player of all time, they're Jordan.
The thing is, everyone says that about Michael Jordan. They pretty much distill his career down to 6 years.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
No one ever, when you talk about Jordan, they always talk about a 6-year.
You know what I love?
Right.
You know what I love talking about? I love talking about his after he,
the Wizard years?
when he was with the Wizards,
Averaged 20
still
points a
scoring
game.
20 points a game.
still scoring 20 points a game.
Made the All-Star
Just
game.
look fat, fat dome piece.
Yeah.
He got chubby,
Yeah.
but he was
But
still out
there's-
there just slinging.
Like, my buddy Matt and I were on the phone, and we were talking about it, and I said, I don't know, man. Like, I've been listening to a lot of Nick Wright, and I know that that's, like, an influence or whatever. I said, but he had, like, the fact that he can present an argument means that there's an argument.
Want to know what? Actually, I think I'm all in on Jordan. This is why.
Okay.
To me, there's no reason LeBron James shouldn't be the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
Like, he's a mutant.
Right. He's such a freak, right? Yeah.
That it helps him do a lot of these things. And
Right.
maybe I shouldn't penalize him because of how he was just born to
Right.
be a basketball player.
But you could say the same thing about Shaq.
But Jordan was crazy athletic, but he's not a freak.
Right,
You know what
right,
I mean? He's smaller than most of the guys, just about any of
He's their average basketball player.
LeBron
6'8"
James
forever.
he runs faster and jumps higher and is bigger than
Right.
90% of the NBA.
Right. No, that's true. But so we were talking about it, and he says, "Oh, like Jordan would have never lost that playoff game by 20 points." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "True. Yeah, you're right." He's like, "He would have never let that happen."
He would have cut somebody.
You look it up. It's all there. Like, all the info's out there. Game 5 of the fucking NBA Finals, not just the first round of the playoffs, the Finals, they lose by 21, and he was 4 of 19. It's like,
Not to be stupid, but what was his next game? Like, that's
Right.
I'm not saying that to be like
Right.
that would be the counter argument.
But
Did he
that's-
come back the next
You could
game
do
and
that with
have like
LeBron.
a
with
45
LeBron,
game?
yeah, but with LeBron, 45
thing.
points,
Yeah.
fucking they
The
win
difference
games.
is, though, that's in the finals against what you would think is the second best team.
Right,
This
right.
is against a first round
Right.
terrible, like 7 seed.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean,
Right.
granted, it's in the
4,
finals and the whole.
5, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
4 or
that's
5,
right,
yeah, 4 or 5, yeah.
I keep
but
thinking they're the 2
that-
seed.
it's
yeah.
still, yeah. You're still right though. It's not the finals.
Yeah. He should destroy the Pacers.
Yeah. But the fact is that right now it's him. Like, he is getting no help.
He's not. They are.
That
I'm
is
sorry,
not a good team.
They are not
They don't scare me
representing
at
the
all.
East.
Well,
Yeah, no.
They aren't. They
No,
aren't.
no.
I know a lot of people are like, well, you still got LeBron.
Right.
There is no way. He has to score 40 for them to win.
Right.
If you look, I don't think they
He
ever
looked
won.
exhausted.
I don't
to
think
the end
they
of that
ever
series.
won a game where he didn't score 40 points.
That's probably this series. Or
Yeah,
that past
that
series.
series.
Yeah. You're probably right.
And they're only going to play
Better
teams.
competition. Right.
your point about LeBron.
They will beat the Raptors, though.
No, they won't. The
I
Raptors
think
are
it's a
gonna.
real. I think it's a real
Listen,
interesting.
the Raptors have this boogeyman thing with LeBron where
yeah,
they
it's
just like
3 straight years.
they cannot expel they can't do it against
Right.
LeBron. It's like he's in the like how what was the thing about Rask? He can't beat
Montreal and Montreal.
yeah.
Right.
He has like a boogeyman complex. Like he just cannot do it.
Right.
It's the same thing with the Raptors and LeBron. Like he comes around, they could be
They're all young. That's
You
what it
could
is.
put-
It's LeBron James.
You could put Steph Curry, Paul George, the big Embiid.
If the Golden State Warriors played in Toronto,
If it was the dream team,
Right.
They played in
Okay,
Toronto.
you watch the
They would
documentary.
lose. They would lose to LeBron just
No,
because
I
they're
don't-
in Toronto.
I genuinely think the big issue with Toronto is they're young. They're extremely young.
they are really young.
And
They have some veteran presence with DeRozan and Lowry.
Yeah, but I think they're still younger guys,
Right,
and
right.
they're not.
The thing is, I think they also count on DeRozan and Lowry for a lot of their thing, and LeBron pretty much just eliminates one of them. So now it's
Yeah.
like, have fun.
Right.
Have
Yeah.
fun with Lowry.
I'm interested to see Lowry without Kyrie on the other side. I think that's a difference maker right there. Because if you do DeRozan, LeBron, okay, cool. Then it was like Kyrie, Lowry. They were washing each other out too. Now it's like, oh, you've just got to be better than Rodney Hood or whoever, George Hill.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, and not that those guys are terrible players, but it's like it's not Kyrie Irving. You know, so maybe it's definitely advantage Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Like check mark. Now, but before
But
it was sort of like
odds
Kyrie,
are that
but,
LeBron just eliminates DeMar DeRozan from like existence.
yeah.
Because if I'm the coach of the Cavaliers, I just say, all right, LeBron, you're on DeMar, and just take him away.
Right.
Because he's a size mismatch. He's a,
Right. Oh, LeBron wins that match.
you know what I
all
mean?
day, right.
There's
This goes back to my point with we talked about it a couple weeks ago. How they're too friendly. Mm-hmm. The issue with the league is everybody hangs out with everybody off the court, so nobody has that Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce sitting in the corner and not talking to anybody at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That mentality of, like, we're not your fucking friends, we're your enemies, we're playing you tonight.
Right.
And this is the question I have to ask you.
Okay.
What would the league do if, say, hypothetically, the Celtics play the Cavs,
Yeah.
LeBron tries to come down the middle, and Andrew Bynum just forearm shiver to the chest, puts him on his back?
They'd probably suspend him.
Yeah,
No, they would, but if you
suspension.
did that hard,
Right.
and then the next time he tries to come down the middle, somebody else stuffs him hard.
Right.
Every time he tries to come up and force him to shoot, which we always talk about how he hasn't
not a great
improved. He has improved a lot of his shooting
But he's
game.
still not a great shooter.
He's not a great shooter. That's the thing. The whole thing when we talk about like 80s and early 90s,
Right.
if you try to come down the middle on me, I fucking send you back packing.
That's the problem with LeBron, though, is
You can, though. You
he's
can.
so athletic and he's so big that
think he'll meet you.
when he puts his head down and he decides he wants to get to the hoop, you can foul him, but he's going to get to the hoop.
Right.
No,
And you can hard foul him.
But my point is, like, make the conscious decision. I'm hitting him with
Right,
everything
right.
in my
The
shoulder.
Pistons, the bad boys of basketball used to do this thing that they call tap tap.
Yeah.
And they would, and someone would do it, and it was like, we're giving up nothing. You know what I mean? And they would know between Lambeer, Rodman, or Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
Oakley? No. I can't think of the other guy now. But I know John Sally was there. Who's the fucking their power forward?
I forgot his name. So I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can see his face.
Yeah.
They traded him eventually,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or they let him
yeah.
go.
Yeah. They would tap, and that meant anything in here isn't happening in here or whatever, and they would just fucking do what they had to do. They would just
Roll
they
you.
would fucking
I just
crush
think
people.
you have big enough guys, and like we talk about, LeBron is physically built
Right.
like a brick shithouse. But there are other guys, like obviously there's no Shaq anymore that's
Right.
that big.
Right.
But there
But
are.
Baines is a big boy.
He's
Like,
a big dude. He's a well put together man.
No, who did they put on Giannis last series?
Oh,
Semi Ojeleye?
Semi.
Dude, I would put him on
Semi's tough.
put him on everyone.
Semi's
No,
tough.
but my point is,
He's big.
nobody has ever just called him. Like,
Right.
hey, LeBron, yeah, okay, we're going to go on a shooting battle.
Right.
They do that all the time.
Right.
Has anyone ever just said, fuck you, you're not going to score down the middle on me?
I just don't think you can do that.
No, I think but my point is, you make it a conscious decision. Every time he comes near you, you hit him with everything you have.
I think
But
LeBron
what
is.
if he just keeps going?
Yeah.
No, but my point is I'm telling you, he has enough in him. When we talk about it, he doesn't have the killer instinct.
Right.
I
don't know
think
if that's true anymore.
I
I don't know what's real.
I understand,
I'm
but
always
I
find
just
out.
genuinely believe in my head because of how long and how easy it's been for him to get those ticky-tack fouls,
Yes, yeah,
and then
yeah,
him
yeah.
cry to the fucking ump if he doesn't get it, and then get the next one,
Right.
and it's even less ticky-tack.
Right.
So I think the league has always kind of protected him. Take that
Stars, yeah,
don't
yeah.
let it, and it's
Right,
not
yeah,
just
yeah.
him.
Right, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
using him as an example
Right.
because he is the biggest star.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
But put him on his ass every time.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
I have no beef with the logic. I just wonder.
I think he's just going to make your guys foul out.
I think he can
He's just going to
beast
keep
up.
throwing himself into the middle.
I think he can beast up and match that. I do think he has a lot of soft in him, but I think that's because the culture of the game that he came up.
That's what I mean.
I think if he played in the 80s,
He'd
I
be
think
fucked.
See, I don't think so. I think if he
think he'd be
came
fucked.
up in that, I
Maybe
think he had the physical body to do it.
but I think if you put LeBron James, the man now,
Right.
and just dropped him in
yeah,
a game
yeah,
in the
right.
80s,
So
he
I
would
was-
cry
I
all the
was
way to the
just
locker
having
room.
this conversation
Yeah.
with Matt, where no one's challenged his mental toughness in his career, right? Like that hasn't had to happen. Where it's like, okay, you're you're physically tough, you're big, okay, you're big as
LeBron
shit. We
James
get it.
might honestly shit on all of the guys in the 80s.
I think he might. I think if he came up and he had that mentality,
This is my problem with whenever someone tries to compare decades
Yeah.
or eras. LeBron James is probably more athletic than the best player.
But I think he
whoever
would-
you can pick from the 80s, whoever was like the physical freak then,
Right.
LeBron James
kind of
is
Magic
so
Johnson-ish right there.
You know, well,
freaky.
how tall is?
He blows Magic Johnson out of the water when it comes to
Yeah,
athleticism.
but I think
Right,
the
right.
difference is, take a guy from the 80s, you take a Magic Johnson, put him in today's game
yeah,
with today's where they have doctors constantly on you.
Mm-hmm.
You have, and I'm not talking about AIDS. I'm taking the whole.
Well, he doesn't have AIDS.
I know.
Yeah.
He's
I
AIDS free.
know.
But my point is the dietary things, like
Right.
LeBron James has probably had someone telling him what he can eat since he was 18
Well,
years
what's the
old.
story? He spends like $150 million on his body, like on training and.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
difference
right.
is from the 80s where, hey, we got to get together at a gym and just
Right.
play basketball.
Smoke cigarettes during practice.
I think you legitimately would. He know who he would look like in the 80s or late 80s. He'd look like we were just saying Dennis Rodman. He'd be skinny and long. He would not be as thick as he is.
I think he would be thick because there was a lot of thick bodies then, like Charles Barkley.
Yeah, but they were fat thick.
Yeah, no, like Charles Barkley was a shredded.
He was
a shredded.
Yeah, but like
he was a LeBron type.
Yeah,
build.
but he would.
Magic was like a fat thick.
I know.
Where he kind of looked a little.
But I think the
little
dietary
right.
differences back then they just ate whatever they wanted, but
Right.
because they worked out all the time,
Yeah.
it kind of kept up with it.
Right.
I'm saying
Basketball
even,
players are naturally leaner just because the game is
Even-
running 90%.
Charles Barkley, who looks like he has no fat on him in that like 19,
Right.
like he. Even in that good of shape, he's not as athletic as LeBron James is.
Right.
Like, he doesn't run as fast. He doesn't
Right.
jump as high. He's not as athletic.
I think that's true for the
Era.
apex athlete in the era
Yeah.
compared to the apex athlete.
Like, I
Right,
hate when
yeah.
people say, like, well, Tom Brady couldn't play in
Right.
the 1970s. Like, do you know what the average size of an offensive lineman was in the 1970s? You know how fast they ran?
Right.
And now they have 350-pound linemen who run 4.6s.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
The game is faster now. He would have so much. Yes, he would get hit.
Well, I think that's the difference.
Right.
He would get hit.
So much.
Tom Brady's been hit 20 times in the NFL now. If he can take the hit,
Right.
he's going to completely destroy that league.
Right.
It's not even close.
Right.
Yes and no. I just think it's the same comparison of like what I'm saying is if you put the wood to him,
Right.
he's not going to do that.
Tom
It's
Brady,
going to knock him off his game.
He has been hit.
I understand that, but I think if you watch some of those old hits where a defensive end comes screaming around the corner,
Right.
and clubs the quarterback in the head, and then
Yeah.
picks him up and slams him,
Yeah, the types
and
of
do
hits
it
were rougher.
10 times, just that 10 times in a game.
Right.
Tom Brady has enough quit in him. I don't care how tough he thinks he is.
I don't know about that.
I think there's enough quit in him that he would be like, "This is fucking Fucksville. Like, there's no point in me doing this anymore."
I mean, he did get hit the most times ever by a quarterback in a single game and still almost won it.
I'm just saying, but it's a different type. Like back then, they don't worry about you getting hit in the knees.
Yes, you would
they,
get hit
They
in the
were
head
allowed
or
to
in
be
the
hit in the
knees.
head.
But you were
allowed to be body slammed.
But you get hit.
So mad right now.
You get hit hard. Like people act like you don't get hit anymore. Like they just patty.
No, I don't.
Von Miller comes around that corner. He is hitting you
Yes,
hard.
He's going to hit you with all 265 pounds of steroids that he's got his body juiced up with.
that moves at about a 4.3 clip.
That's
and he's going
fine.
to come around the corner and lay you the fuck out.
And he's going to be just like
only
Junior
difference
Seau
is he's not
at
gonna-
fucking 50 offing
The
himself.
only difference is he's not going to target your head. That's the only difference. That was the big thing back then is they could
Inception
target your
moment.
head, and now they can't target your head.
Right.
So maybe he gets injured more.
I think like
But I don't think his talent. Like I think he is the best quarterback in that era.
oh no, he could be
He would
as
just
long as
be
he can
injured
stay
more.
upright.
He would just be. Maybe he doesn't have the accumulative stats that he has, but he is still the best quarterback in that era, talent wise.
Okay. So if
you move him back, there.
Yeah, but if you take him and put him on like a team like the 70s Steelers with the steel curtain as their defense.
Are you taking him from right now? Or is he
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
up?
He coming
he
up
destroyed-
or
that
he would
offense
because you
is-
had Lynn Swan. He was an anomaly in comparison to most wide receivers.
If
you
you-
had a running back that could catch out of the backfield.
If you
was
take-
an anomaly for a running back in that time.
If you
He would've
take-
won
if-
5 Super Bowls.
If you take
yeah,
an, if you
won
take
5 more.
If you take an okay team in that from the 1985 Bears, right?
Yeah.
If you take
Oh,
an
he was scorched
no.
everybody.
If you take an okay team that's not the 1985 Bears, and you take Tom Brady with the knowledge he knows now, and you put him against the 1985 Bears,
85 Patriots?
he would. If you put him on the 85, he would destroy the 85 Bears. It wouldn't even be a game. He would so. This is the easiest defense I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
We're just going to run this and this and this.
Yeah,
and
but
you
their
guys are
offense didn't do stuff
All right,
like
so
that.
you're saying take him now.
right now with
Back
how
then.
he understands
Right,
football,
right,
and he would destroy the
But if he
1985
came
grade.
up back then,
Yeah, it would
he
be
wouldn't
much
have had
harder.
any info to
That's
study.
why
Right,
the
yeah.
game now, people are like, "Oh, it's so soft." It's the most
It's so
complex
complex. Yeah, yeah,
football
that's true, that's
that's
true.
ever been played. Those guys, if you took a guy from 1985,
Yeah.
I don't care how hard he hits, he wouldn't stand a chance now because he
Right.
would be like, "I don't understand." What do you mean? What do you mean we're gonna do a zone
Right.
and blitz? It's like that doesn't happen. You
Right,
don't run
right.
zone blitzes. Like
Right.
no,
The 46 defense is new. We
yeah,
do that.
yeah. A 46. Think about it. The Wildcat took over the league for 1 year,
Right.
and then it was like, go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah, we figured
run
that
the
out.
Wildcat.
Right.
I dare you
Right.
to run the Wildcat. And it was just, I never see people run the Wildcat anymore at all. It always goes for a loss. So I mean, it's just so complex. I hate the era.
Well, I think that's what I'm saying. The issue I have with LeBron is he's good, but
it's
I don't.
different in basketball.
Yeah, I just think he's not.
It is different in basketball.
I think that's the two
'Cause the
things.
game doesn't get more
I think
complex.
it's the same argument a lot of people have with Durant.
Yeah.
He's great,
He's
but
soft.
he's not tough. And that argument will always hold with LeBron because how he acts.
Right.
When he loses a MVP, when he loses this finals and rips his jersey off and walks
Right,
off
right.
the field, you're a pussy, man. Like
Right,
you
right.
don't have any fucking chutzpah about you.
Like I always said, I cannot fairly judge LeBron James because I don't like him.
I hate
That's
this
the
guy.
point.
I hate
And
this guy.
it's the same thing. I can't. People look at Jordan with rose-colored glasses like they pretty much distill his entire career down to 6 years.
Right. Yeah.
His 6 championships. That's it.
Right.
Like
So-
no one ever
And
talks
it's like
about.
those 6
He was-
game-clinching series.
He was very good
So
in the years where he wasn't. When they didn't win, like
Right,
he would
right.
average like a crate like 30 something points or 40 points a game. or
Right. Yeah.
so crazy. Ben Simmons, next great basketball player.
I think so.
like
I think he's legit.
legit point
Oh,
guard,
I-
legit point guard,
Yeah.
legit stats,
guard.
point guard.
Point guard. PG.
Yeah, he's a small forward
Offense,
who plays point guard.
offense runs through him.
Yeah, he, as a small
Legitimately.
forward, he plays point guard.
Yeah. No, he definitely plays the one for them.
Yeah, he plays point guard, but
plays-
he's a small forward.
Hey, also,
He averaged
Terry Rozier guards him.
yes,
It doesn't count.
or
on the
Marcus
Celtics.
Smart.
Whoa, wait a minute.
It doesn't
Wait a
count on the
minute.
Celtics. They
Wait a
switch on
minute.
everyone.
No, he guards him up court.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying why,
Why would you have Terry Rozier guard a guy who's 6'10"?
because he's a point guard.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I would if I'm Ben
'Cause they
Simmons,
have-
I would literally back Terry Rozier down to the hoop
'Cause you have-
and then turn around.
Because you have Marcus Smart playing, and he's got to play JJ Redick, and then you got Sarge and fucking Embiid.
They're just too
So you need
big.
Horford and
They're
Baines.
just too
Right,
big,
right,
so
right.
you can't play a matchup on it.
Right.
He averaged 18.2 points a game,
Mm-hmm.
9 assists, and 10.6 rebounds a game.
Dude is fucking.
And he averaged 2.5 steals a game.
the kid's filthy.
I did a lot for them when they played the Celtics in Boston, and they lost by like 20
He played
points.
pretty
Well,
He
we
played pretty
also
well. That
we
game kind
also
of ran away.
had Kyrie Irving.
No, I'm talking about the playoff game.
Oh,
Last
this
night.
last night. Yeah. Okay.
That was a much closer game than the score resulted. That game pulled away. It was like an 8 to 9 point game
I
for
love
37 minutes.
Celtics fans for chanting.
Drew Bledsoe. Oh, not a rookie, and
Not
then
a rookie.
he's a rookie for Tatum.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
Did
he's
you
got the
see-
free throw line.
No,
to
did
chit,
you-
Listen,
not a
I'm
rookie.
telling you right
No,
now,
did you see
this
the
is going to
video?
be this
Did you
is going to be the Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees of basketball.
Oh, Sixers Celtics.
Sixers Celtics
it's
is
an
going to
old
be
one.
the rivalry of all rivalries going forward.
Did you see the
It-
videos?
it's an old one.
Did you see the videos of that? Because they're talking about both players.
Mm-hmm.
You have Tatum at the line,
Yeah.
about to shoot a 3 throw, and they just pan over to Fultz.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, this is the guy they traded the
on the
first
bench.
pick
yeah.
to get the third pick.
Right.
And this is the guy they got, and this is the guy you have, and he's just sitting
Right.
on the bench just like
Listen,
Just waiting
sad,
for
just
just
pouty
waiting for
face.
a moment.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a long series.
It's going to be a really good series.
The
It was a
Celt-
really good game until
It was,
they
it
lose,
was,
it's
it was
not
a good
a-
game.
Right.
The Celtics just waxed the Sixers without
Out
Jalen
Jaylen
Brown.
Brown.
That's a huge. Jalen Brown's
Right.
their leading scorer.
That was a huge win. That was a huge win for them because that was the one game where you'd be like, if they lose this, they're in trouble. You can't go down 0-1 and then have to try to split at home and then go to Philly. But not good. But it was the one where it's like, well, they don't have Jalen, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
I obviously they have to win the next game, but I want to see how they play in Philly.
In
because
Philly. They gotta win a road
This team
game.
has been wildly disappointing on the road.
Well,
Well,
at least
also,
you
don't
have
forget-
home field advantage.
That's true. You got home court advantage.
Yeah.
losing all 3 games on the road looks tough. It's bad. You win all 4 games
They
at
also-
home, so that makes me feel like if history's going to repeat itself, well, then they'll be fine at home.
They also just barely lost one of those home games.
Yeah.
Like Giannis hit like a game
On the,
winner
the
at
road
the
game.
end.
Yeah. Also, don't forget that the 07-08 Celtics didn't win a road game until Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. They went 7 games every time, winning there at home, losing on the road.
It's just insane that had to happen.
In a wild stat, even weirder, Rozier, Horford, Tatum combined for more points than KG, Paul, and Ray Allen ever did in the same game at any time. Regular season playoffs.
By the
whatever.
way, Al Horford
Weird.
is stunting on everyone who's ever called him Average Al in his entire life.
Yeah.
He is just literally putting the dick to you.
He's going, I'm about that. I'm about that, Al.
Last series, he averaged 18.1 points a game.
That's good.
3.3 assists, 8.7 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks.
And he's probably also been the best defensive player on the court,
Yeah.
no matter who else the other team is.
Right.
Like,
He's been real
both
good.
sides.
Marcus Smart's been real good.
I think Al Horford might actually be. I saw a stat that said he had a plus 27 last night.
Yeah. Wild. Crazy. I'm telling you, a lot of people have him in consideration for Defensive Player of the Year, which is nuts. I just would not have
Can we
gathered that
talk
info.
about how fucking Ben Simmons is going to win Rookie of the Year and that kid Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell's so filthy.
He averaged 30 points a game in a playoff series
know.
against the fucking Thunder
Yeah. Tough.
as a real rookie.
Like, as a
This is
really-
really his first year.
I think the NBA is in really good shape for a long time. I
Fucking
think that
Utah has a star.
This class
Yeah.
is just this one, let alone the Embiid and the Simmons, all that's in Philly that's a year or two old too. Jabari Parker had a really good series coming off the
By
bench.
the way, can we talk about
Brown?
A year old.
I
Yeah,
honestly don't think this is a series if Kyrie and Hayward are there. I don't.
No.
I don't think the Celtics have a. The Celtics, I think, would be.
They breeze through the playoffs. I honestly think they breeze through the playoffs.
The Celtics would be a plus. All right, so for like an against the spread,
Yeah.
if they had Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, the Celtics would be a plus 110 to win the championship.
Yeah, they would.
It'd be like Golden State would be favored,
Yeah,
and then the Celtics would be second favorite. That'd be my
or
guess.
at least at least third.
I think they'd
Yeah.
be tied with the Rockets.
Yeah.
As would be my guess. They probably both would be like 6-1.
'Cause
and then
I mean,
the Warriors would be 3-1.
The only time they ever lose is when they can't score. You don't have that problem when Hayward, and Kyrie
Oh, it's unbelievable.
are on the court.
Right. Yeah, the 3 games they lost on the road, they had less than 37 points at halftime.
Yeah, they just go completely stagnant on
fucking
offense.
crazy.
If Terry Rozier can't hit,
Right.
and
And this team is built because it's mostly a bench squad. They're built just like how a bench plays. Really good at home, not great on the road, and in energy spurts. So it's like just like how a bench, like normally, like if Terry Rozier came in and gave you 15 minutes,
yeah,
he would be like a wild 15 minutes. But now he's got to play 27, 28. So it's not going to be what you would get per 15. You know what I mean? It kind of stretches itself thin the longer he has to play. Same with a guy like God, what's his name? Shane Larkin.
Yeah, the team's built, like you said earlier, like a bench team. So that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to see what they can do. And the more that they're on the court, the more either glaring holes or more that you're looking at them going, oh, wow, you got to give me more.
Right.
And that's the issue.
Yeah. It's just I think it puts them in a really tough spot because you're, like you said, like you're figuring it out.
Yeah, you're not using the excuse of, oh, this is what our team would be like. No, this is what you have,
Right.
and this is what they give you.
Right.
Can you give me more?
I don't think they have a lot of glaring weaknesses, even though they're a bench team pretty much right now.
No, that's true. The thing is
they
like
don't score as
it's-
much. Their scoring isn't as efficient. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think for me, it's you have maybe 2 guys that are bigs. I understand Monroe's a big, but he doesn't. They didn't play him a
he's
lot.
not- he's not in the rotation
He didn't
right now.
play in 2 games.
Right.
So I think that's the issue: is you don't have that. Like you have Horford when he wants to, and he has been playing really good and giving you the numbers.
I think they've been playing semi more.
They've been playing semi more, and that's because they've been facing some athletic bigs.
Yeah.
Like if they were facing a guy like Rudy Gobert on the Jazz right now, I think Monroe would
You
match
might
up
actually
well off
see
the bench.
you might
for him.
actually see Monroe a little bit more against Joel Embiid.
Maybe.
Yeah, they might
Yeah.
start rotating that in. Yeah,
Forearm shiver to that dome piece.
Just hit him right in that mask. Hit him right in the mask.
Just say to him, listen.
Monroe can't shoot though, right?
Can't shoot. No, he's an all post guy.
Yeah.
He's a very low post guy. But
trust this process.
Whatever happened? Do Philly's other bigs, are they still there?
Sarge?
No,
no.
Well, Nerlens Noel's gone.
He ended up
traded, and
yeah,
Jahlil
he did get
Okafor
traded.
got traded to the Nets.
So
Yeah, traded them all.
So they're all gone. It's just Joel Embiid. You got to trust the process.
Literally, he is the process.
He is the process at this point. I think off air you were talking about the Terry Rozier, Scary Terry.
The Barstool shirts.
Barstool shirts?
Yeah, those are cool. With it's like Terry Rozier with a Jason mask on, and I think there's one with a Celtics jersey and one with a Drew Bledsoe jersey.
That's so dope. I like that he came to the stadium with the Drew Bledsoe jersey.
Yeah.
You were talking also about the Beat Phil A shirts. I like those a lot. Those are dope.
The rivalry.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Well, because they're gonna be the team for the next couple of years.
Right.
They're gonna be like,
yeah, except Boston's gonna run through them when they have a full squad.
well, that's
They're
the
gonna be
difference.
in
I
there.
think I think it's just gonna be one of those teams where they're gonna have.
Unless they get LeBron.
There you go.
That's the circle gets the square.
That's the scary part.
If they get LeBron, that's a what, dude. I actually want them to, because I think that would be a great run of matchups.
You want to know what stops? You want to know what stops that from happening?
What's that?
I almost guarantee it is if
You get LeBron.
is if if Philly goes to the Eastern Conference Finals
Yeah,
and they beat LeBron,
yeah. Oh, then LeBron can't go.
he won't go.
He can't go.
He won't go.
Right.
He could go.
Yeah.
He
No,
could pull a
can't.
Durant, but
Yeah,
he
can't.
won't.
He can't.
Did you hear?
'Cause
He
he's,
can- like, he
he's
can,
at,
but he won't.
He's at least smarter than Durant in that he's not going to taint going to a team that beat him.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's just to win a championship.
You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Did you? What was I gonna say? Something about that. I was gonna say about it, but I fucking forgot. Never mind.
What we could see though, think about how crazy this would be. So Philly gets LeBron,
Yeah.
Durant opts out of his
I was gonna say, I keep
contract
hearing
to Golden State.
I kept
goes
hearing
to the
that.
Celtics,
Yeah.
and then you have Kyrie, Hayward, Durant,
I think that kind of spits on Kyrie.
and then I don't know. I still think it's Kyrie's team.
No, you know
Durant's
what?
not an alpha.
You know, I was gonna say, you know who would spit?
Durant's
you know,
not an alpha.
You know who? There's two people that would kind of throw shade at more. It would be at Horford, because you're gonna be like, okay, you're leaving because we can't.
Yeah, we can't afford you. Right.
And then Hayward, your offense isn't enough for us. Like we
Right.
needed more.
Yeah.
You can't bring us enough.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I actually don't think they even need Kevin Durant.
No, I don't think so either.
I think this team might stumble. Not, I keep saying stumble. Might just luck. No,
Leap,
that's not.
fumble into.
I say this team might inadvertently find itself in the finals without Kyrie and Hayward.
The only thing I feel bad about that is like, okay, then you end up against Golden State and they wash you.
I don't even know what they
Or,
do.
well, then maybe
I
not
don't even know
Golden
what they
State,
do.
Houston.
Either one. I think that we could compete with the two games against Houston this year. They split 1-1, and then the one loss they had was
Yeah.
on a buzzer beater. And Golden State, we beat the Warriors more than anyone else in the NBA.
Yeah, but that was with Kyrie for something.
There you go. And,
The win against the Rockets, I think the win and loss against the Rockets was without Kyrie.
Really?
I think. And if the loss definitely was without him,
I think one of them, I think the loss definitely was without
loss
him.
definitely was. Yeah,
I think it was also during that time period where they were like, gave him a night off.
rest. Yeah. So I can't remember.
They also,
But that loss was by 2 points.
Yeah, it
3
wasn't
points?
a bad-
They
They did
didn't run with the Rockets.
they
or
did
the
get
Warriors.
waxed by the Cavaliers though. The Celtics.
The second game?
Yeah, the Paul Pierce
Yeah.
game. I
That was
worry
ugly.
about them running spread pick and rolls. The Cavs,
Yeah.
because the Celtics like to switch,
Yeah.
where you run a pick and roll with LeBron,
Yeah.
but it's super spread out,
Yeah.
and then LeBron gets the mismatch he wants, and then just
Right.
dominates him
Right.
because the Celtics just switch.
That'll be an interesting.
It's going to be an interesting series.
Right. I think you kind of do the same thing. Like LeBron, you got to score 40, 50. And
It's
we're just
got-
going
I
to
mean,
keep
I just
everyone
think
else under control.
The Cavaliers it's going to be the kind of thing where he just can't do it. The whole
he's
run.
going to wind up falling short. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
LeBron is really good, but
Yeah.
that's a tough.
So what do you got for predictions? We're one game in. We're a little late. Well, we weren't sure. We weren't
Sweep.
Sure. He's calling
Bring
sweep.
out the fucking broom,
All
baby.
right. What do you
That
got?
is
For,
all right.
This is Celtics Sixers we're doing, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
You got
don't
sweep.
like that. Stop it.
Yeah. Sweep. Sorry, you mean the Sixers win the next 4?
No.
You mean the Sixers are
That's
5,
what
right?
you.
No.
That is what you. mean.
Aaron, you
That is
look
what
at me
you
in the
mean.
eye and say the Sixers in 5.
That is what you mean.
And Dave does the same thing.
Okay. If I'm speaking honestly, I think it's Sixers and 6.
Ooh. Okay. All
I
right.
think it's Sixers and 6. I think you got a lucky one.
All right.
Now I don't know if I can believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems.
Does it sound too calm?
It's just-
too level-headed?
All right, Dave, now I just need you to pick the Sixers.
I'm
and then-
definitely going Celtics in 7.
Damn it, they're going to
I
lose.
also predicted the Celtics to win the series last round, and they did.
Yeah, that's true.
I did
Missed
not.
by
I
a
did
game.
not.
Missed by a game.
I did not.
That stupid Giannis tip in fucked me all up.
I think Celtics in 6.
In 6.
I think they take one. I actually think this Philly team's a smidge overrated.
They are a smidge overrated.
They beat up a really bad Miami. Like, Miami was very obviously
that's-
the worst
that's-
team in the finals.
Yeah,
Or the
very
worst team in the playoffs.
worst team in the playoffs, and the Celtics had, I think, the best team that wasn't a top 4 team.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like out of all the non-top seeders,
yeah.
Milwaukee's. I want to go do some homework. I've been saying it for like 3 weeks. I think Milwaukee's the best 7 seed to ever exist. I want to go find out, like look back at some 7
Actually,
seasons.
I kind of gave the Pacers the shaft earlier in the show, and I was like, LeBron should have just dominated the Pacers. I don't know. The Pacers are actually pretty good.
I just want them to beat up on LeBron.
That kid Miles
Beat up on
Miles
Miles Turner's
is
true.
good.
Lance
Oladipo is
Stevenson
good.
fucking rent space on LeBron
Yeah,
James'
that
head.
actually might be why he
Yeah.
really struggled against
Lance
them. Is because
Stevenson
Lance
is-
Stevenson's on that team.
Yeah, yeah. He rents space.
You
in that
should.
guy's
It should
head.
be like NBA Street, like when you beat a team,
Right.
like those. You can take one, and then the rest just become free agents. Just like
right.
the next round team should just take Lance Stevenson on.
I think we talked about this before.
Who's ever going to play LeBron?
Yes.
Just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, Lance Stevenson, come 10-day contract,
Right, right.
come play for us.
Yeah, we did that. I think I pitched that to you before, and you said that was a really bad idea.
Well, I mean, if you're just going to keep growing as a super team,
You just drop your lowest player.
I got to go back and listen.
Shane
but I'm pretty
Larkin's
sure-
No, you
getting
definitely
cut
have. You
tomorrow.
definitely
Yeah. I think Joe was like, "That is just ridiculous."
yeah,
You
it
can't do
is.
that."
It
Well,
is.
could you imagine? Can you imagine if
I
you were
like it. I like
no?
it.
Could you imagine if the Celtics were like, okay, so we're gonna take Giannis,
Right.
Shane, go home.
Exactly.
Shane, go home. We don't need you.
How fucking
Get rid of one
you know,
more.
You know who I'd rather have?
Who?
Chris Middleton. That fucking
He was
guy.
unbelievable.
It's
But I'm just saying, but like you,
No, I know.
you
yeah,
pick
yeah.
the
I
best,
actually think-
one of their best
Right,
players,
right.
and it's
I actually
like
think
get
Chris-
rid of your garbage player. Like what the hell?
I actually think Chris Middleton sacrificed like a deer to Satan, so that
like he became an official
that-
Milwaukee Buck.
so
Like,
that he could like he does some weird black magic voodoo with a buck head on
he
his
joined
on
the
his
fucking
head.
like Milwaminati.
Yeah.
Milluminati.
Yeah.
I tried to figure that one out as I was going.
He's an Illuminati buck.
He's a
And-
Milluminati. Fuck it. I can't do it.
and he's-
Illuminati.
He
I was
was
trying to add in Milwaukee, like play in the Illuminati. Milluminati.
but he had some weird black
still don't have
he
it.
had some weird black magic shit going on with his jumpers.
Unbelievable, dude. Wet as fuck. That guy, 3-pointer get
Wet
fouled.
as
Boom.
fuck.
Yeah. I mean, crazy. 4-point plays.
Jesus, Dave.
Yeah. You never heard that?
You never heard that expression?
You got a wet jumper?
No.
Really? You shoot it wet.
Shoot it wet.
Wet.
Yeah, wet.
That's wet.
Wet, yeah. That guy's wet as
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay.
No, seriously.
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong. No, I legitimately believe that is
Yeah.
a
When
actual
you,
term.
it's
Someone's
actually
got a
a
wet
sounds
it's actually
awful.
a scientific fact. If you say something
wet.
post jumper, it increases its chances of going in by like 900%.
Unless you're in a long game poly.
Kobe, I say Kobe a lot.
Kobe works. I've switched. I'm now a Curry guy.
Oh, Curry,
I'm Curry because he's a better shooter.
I go with Kobe all the time.
Yeah, Kobe's a
I also
classic.
break it all the time when I say Kobe.
Kobe's a classic.
I
why-
just say-
just start saying Curry.
Then I just say
Give it a shot.
late career Kobe when I do that.
You're like 24.
Yeah,
Just-
Yeah, the one that
post Colorado.
I was gonna say post the scandal.
Actually, he was a worse shooter as 8.
Yeah.
Probably.
He was a worse shooter.
That would make sense when he's
He was
younger.
like,
That he's actually,
Froby.
although his last 2 years in the NBA, he was not good.
Did you guys not get it?
Froby.
Froby.
Oh, when he had the fro.
Kobe with the fro. Froby.
You know where he's from?
Come on, dog. He is from
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Worst trade, probably second worst trade in basketball history after the Brooklyn Nets trade. Vlade Divac for Kobe Bryant straight up.
Really?
Drafted by the Hornets.
Vlade
Traded on
Divac-
draft night.
Vlade Divac was that dude, though.
He was, but who'd you rather have?
I mean,
Froby.
Yeah, but if he ends up somewhere else, he's not Kobe.
I actually think
I'm sorry. You don't. He doesn't end up with Shaq. He doesn't end up in L.A. with that type of franchise. Totally different career.
I do agree with you, but I also think he was such an alpha dog that he probably would have figured it out somewhere.
No, I think he would have had
I
a
don't think he
lot
would have
more
been as
cases
great.
brought on him if he ended up somewhere else. Let's be honest.
You're an a-hole. You bite your tongue. Hey, speaking of
Vlade. That's what I'm going to say from now on.
Vlade. Most people be like, wow, what a deep cut.
Peja.
Peja.
That's
a good
a great one.
That's a real good one.
Anytime you can work in Peja
You can pitch
Stojakovic,
into anything.
into
real
anything.
good. Yeah.
Anytime I hear it in like a rap line, I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, you got it. You got it in.
Justin at work caught me through a wood block behind me, and I thought the trash was there, and it was actually on the other side, and I tried to fucking Jason Williams.
Oh, elbow
pass like a
pass.
piece of wood block. And he was like, that was a wild attempt. I was like, Jason Williams? It was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I was like, don't worry.
No, different guy.
Yeah, white chocolate. Oh, man.
Cool ass pass.
All right, so
1-1.
yes,
1-1. Game 3, split on the road. It's good.
Yep.
Going
So,
home. Took
he's-
home court advantage.
Yeah, so you're talking about what?
The Boston Bruins, dog.
Okay, well,
The Boston Bruins,
I was
dog.
waiting for the segue.
Yeah, just-
You tried to get into, and you said home court. I'm
It's-
like,
oh, yeah,
home court,
yeah,
it's
it's
home
home-
ice.
home
I know this might be crazy to believe, but as much as
here we
I've built
go.
an island to them and everything, I actually haven't watched a ton of Boston Bruins.
Okay.
Is this DeBrusque kid like the greatest kid ever?
He's awesome. His dad also played in NHL. So, like, his dad. All right, so here's a crazy story. They had him on Spit and Chicklets recently,
Yeah.
his father. And they talked to him and asked him, like, how does it feel to be, like, a dad watching? And he's like, it's more nerve-wracking to watch my son play playoff hockey than it is to play in the finals as a player. And he's like, also, they have a crazy story. So, I don't think it was his last fight, but like later in his career, he had like the first fight of Chara's career.
Oh, really?
It was like one of his first fights, and he had he didn't understand. He said that take Chara now versus who I was then. He goes, he'd wipe the fucking ice with me. He goes, but back then he didn't know how to fight really, and I had a reputation. So those two things kind of like helped me not win the fight, but I also didn't lose the fight.
Yeah.
Like, it ended in a stalemate. And he goes, but I couldn't move, and he was just holding me back with one arm. And I was trying to use both arms, and I couldn't get at him.
I watched that Maple Leafs game like in my car on the way home. Like I had it playing through my stereo. I was listening to it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I wasn't really watching it 'cause I
Yeah.
was driving. But
Yeah. I mean, I
was
watch
listen-
and drive.
I
It's
was
okay.
listening to it.
Dave does driving live.
And I actually stopped at a gas station, and when I stopped at a gas station, DeBrusque scored that like crazy goal.
Yeah.
Where he was like falling.
Yep.
That game was awesome. I was right, by the way.
Okay.
And also wrong at the
Yep.
same time.
Yes.
It was smack in the middle. I was like, if this offense scores, they're gonna win. Because Tuca's gonna hold them to like 4 goals. This is the most he gives up. And he held them to 4 goals, but they just happened to score 7. So,
Yes.
well, one of them was what, open net?
Yes. One was an open net, which was, I think, Marchand.
But the rest of them, I mean, they just completely took over in the third period.
Game 1 against Tampa, 6-2. Rick Nash, your first statue, 2 goals.
DeBrusque might have a statue now, too.
I know. He had another goal in
I'm
game
just
1.
building crazy statues.
Brad Marchand had a goal, and Bergeron had 2 goals and an assist in game 1. Game 2, 4-2 loss, but you played on the road in Tampa.
They played on the road. That was the second game on the road, right?
Yeah, first game was on the road, second game was on the road.
It's good. It's big to take.
They got a
one
bit.
this
They get to split the series
Yeah, it's
there,
big to take
and then go
one on
back
the road,
home
yeah.
for 2 games.
They've been pretty good at home, right?
Yes,
They won all
yeah,
their games at home.
I think so.
No, they lost one to the Maple Leafs, right?
Yes, Yes.
Because they were up.
Game 5.
They were up 3-1, and they lost
game
2 in a
5,
row.
6.
Yeah.
But I am still extremely unconfident in anything in Tuukka Rask.
Like I
He
said,
makes some good stops, and you're like, wow, this fucking guy's just got it.
I think the magic number is 4.
Yeah, if you get more than 4 goals,
He is going to hold the team somewhere between 0 and 4 goals.
which is wild.
He has yet to give up more than 4. It's just his magic. You have to score more than 4 to win.
Yeah.
It's just not. You shouldn't have to, though.
No, I agree
Like
with
in
you.
hockey,
I agree with you.
4 goals is like a great night.
Yeah.
That's true. There's been a lot of high-scoring games, though.
Yeah.
In this play.
I agree with you. 4 goals is not a good number to have to be required that your team scores.
While we were arguing last week, I was like looking up while you're doing your tangent. I'm looking up scores around the league, and I wanted it to be 1-0, 2-1,
Yeah.
2-0, whatever.
Wasn't
And it was
helping
like Penguins 7-0, Penguins 9-1. I'm like, well, I guess. It's like, I probably shouldn't throw this information out there right now.
Well, it's also the Penguins.
Yeah, also don't look
right.
at Penguins.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
It
Penguins-
just happened to be the
Like,
results for the game.
Literally
that
like
was
the
known.
Patriots of the NHL.
Right.
Yeah, they have a former first round pick for the Bruins
Yeah.
on their third line.
Right.
Pittsburgh's insane.
Yeah, they're wildly stacked.
But they are getting some younger talents. But the same thing with Marchand is one of those top guys.
Right,
and he's
right.
proved it this year.
Right. Licking a man's face.
Yes,
that'll
that's
do it.
crazy. And did you hear that?
He's like Lance Stevenson.
Did you
But
hear?
he's on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
hear that he's that there was a rumor out there that the league gave him a note saying don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And then somebody, then I guess he had to come out and say no, I never got a note.
Oh, yeah,
Saying
yeah,
not
yeah.
to do
That's
that?
good, yeah.
But there was a rumor out there that the league had
Had
asked
to-
him to stop.
Shoot him a little text.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, can
Hey,
you quit
knock it-
licking faces?
Stop licking people.
Can you quit
If
licking
dude,
faces?
I'm telling you, he should just double down.
Yeah.
Just keep doing
Just kiss
fucked
them.
up shit.
Just
Yeah.
keep kissing people. That's what I say. That's the answer.
And then you know what
the
the
key
answer.
to good hockey is kissing people.
Yeah, you know what's the key to that? You know what's the key to stopping that?
What was that?
Wear a full fucking face mask.
Yeah.
That helps too.
He'll just steam it up
Just
real quick.
steam it up.
Write a heart. Draw a heart on him.
A heart with an arrow through it. Miss you.
That would be hilarious, actually.
Just he just grabs
That you just stood there long enough
Well,
to
the
do
college-
all
he's
that.
like, hey, come on.
Well, the college players do it. They have the mask.
Right.
And it's cage. It's not It's not plastic like when we watch the Mighty Ducks where you can see the whole face.
Right.
It's metal. Also, you'd have a lot less guys. Did you see? I forget which guy it was. They had another photo of another guy that caught a stick to the face. Went off the ice for 2 minutes. Got 17 stitches in his face and was back on the ice.
That's a wild thing.
Mother.
Every time
LeBron could play hockey.
Yeah.
Every time hockey comes
He'd be a
on,
goalie.
every time playoff hockey comes around,
Get his face licked.
He's got too many pads on.
every time playoff hockey comes around, I start watching, and I always go, I don't think I'm going to get into hockey
Next year I'm going to watch it.
Yeah,
I'm going to really get into it.
It never happens.
Nope. It's a lot like baseball to me, where it's I can't do the nightly thing. I love basketball, so I can do it. They play the same amount of games, so I should feel the same way about hockey. There's just something about playoff hockey. Playoff basketball ramps up too, and there's a lot of people say playoff Rondo or playoff LeBron or playoff, because it's
Playoff P.
everyone's intensity goes up.
Yeah, but they always say
playoff hockey is so dope.
Well, I was gonna say here's the difference. Hockey tends to be the best players tend to have really good postseason. Whether that team wins or not is usually the.
That's the thing. A
Whereas
fucking 7-2 upset could happen.
Well, I'm saying in basketball, it's very it's almost obviously in the last series for the Celtics, the best player did not win the series.
Right.
Giannis did not win the series. But if you give Giannis 2 or 3 more years,
Right.
might be a different story.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told you guys this. It was in the newsletter for the Stanley Cup Island.
Oh, okay.
We had an earthquake.
I'm in my fucking
We had an earthquake
Dingy.
at the
Dingy.
Stanley Cup Island,
Yeah.
and it's
patting
starting to sink into the ocean because there's a team.
You're on a lake.
There's a team
You're on a lake. We already
on the other side
Yeah.
of this bracket
Yeah.
from Las Vegas that seems to be the most dominant team that's ever existed.
They look real good. They look real good. I do like Vegas a lot. I really want a Vegas Bruins.
Did they lose yet? Did they lose the second game? Have they played that game yet?
I don't know.
The first game they won like 7-0. It was like 4-0 by like halfway through the first period.
Were they the Knights, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Las Vegas Golden
They've
Knights.
just been ripping through everyone.
Yeah, they're a team of players that essentially were like, the teams were told you're allowed to keep X amount of players on your roster. And then their team is allowed to pick a player off your team.
Yeah. It's
So it's essentially, but essentially it's, hey, whatever players you don't hold dear enough.
Yeah, you had to pick so many.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you had
then
to
the
like
rest-
volunteer 5 players or 10 players, whatever it was.
Yeah. So it's essentially, here's the guys we don't care enough about to hold on to. If you take them, we're not going to lose
Yeah,
sleep
what's
over
crazy
it.
is they did
And
that-
they made a team out of it.
What's crazy is they did that in the NFL with the Texans, almost
Yeah.
the exact same format, and they were awful.
horrible.
Well, it's a different. I think hockey,
David Carr was the most sacked player in the history of the NFL.
The Sharks won game 2. The Golden Knights won game 3. They're on game 4.
Oh, so they're up 2-1.
They're up 2-1.
What's the first game? What was the score?
7-0.
Yeah,
And then they
beat
lost 4-3. Then they won 4-3.
They beat
So,
the shit.
it came back
out
down
of
to earth.
San Jose.
San Jose is a good team. They're an okay team.
They've outscored San Jose 14-7 in 3 games.
Well, yeah. The first game kind of fucks that.
That's how math works. So, before I fall asleep, because I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Okay. So we're want to finish up with the Sox real quick.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got some Sox stuff for
Yeah,
me? Some
trade-
Sox talk?
Fucking David Price for a fucking bag of balls. Do whatever you need to do. Get him out of here.
Not a fan, huh?
I have not seen anything that says this guy's going to last a full season, or at least past
I
5
actually
innings.
Don't know how he pitched the last time he played.
Horrible.
I know he was on a nice tear, nice little run after that stupid Yankees thing. But
Last 2 games he hasn't pitched well.
he's 2-3 with
Thank
a
you.
3.78 ERA. So he went from 2-0 to 2-3. Don't love that. You're right.
His
Trade
last
him for
game,
back
what was it? I think he gave up what, 5 or 6 runs
balls. I'll check it.
in like 4.5 innings or 5 innings.
He gave up April 28th, which would be the other day. Yep. 5 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, 5 Ks, 2 home runs.
Against who?
The Tampa Bay Rays.
There you go. Tampa Bay Rays, the worst fucking lineup in baseball.
AAA Rays.
The Tampa Bay Rays were like the hottest team in baseball when they played the Red Sox. They were literally on like a 10-game win streak.
So
going
were the
into that.
Angels when the Red Sox played them.
Going
They-
in, yeah, but the Angels are a good team.
They are.
The Angels are a good team.
So my point is, get rid of Price. Porcello's actually giving you quality starts.
He's been real good.
He pitched the other day in almost. I think he. I don't know if he got the decision.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that worked
I don't
out.
think he got the decision. I think what's his name got the decision because he came in the 8th.
Yeah.
They basically were like, we taxed our bullpen because David Price is a fucking moron.
Yeah.
So
he did not.
Porcello went 7 in like in a third, and then Kimbrel had to come in for 2/3 and a 1 2/3 to finish out the game. A long close. Also, Mookie Betts hit another grand slam.
Bogarts
hit a grand slam.
Bogarts.
Okay,
The 6th one of the season.
that's insane.
Wild start as far as that goes. I think the record is 15 in a year. I looked it up, and they're way on pace.
Betts is hitting over. He's what 344 or something like
He's
that.
been out of the lineup the last couple of days, which I don't dig.
Well, you brought Bogarts back.
Yeah,
Give him a rest.
yeah.
Doesn't have to carry the lineup anymore.
Porcello 4-0, hasn't lost a start. 2.23 ERA.
Thank you.
Real good.
Yeah,
Real good.
I just think that was one of the things that we've said since the beginning, that their strong suit is their pitching.
Yeah.
And if you have a guy that's not giving you that, and you feel at this point in the season, get near that trade deadline, go, you're not giving me what I need. You're sucking the postseason. Let's get something back for him.
Yeah, let's just figure something out.
Because he's going to opt out anyway. Get an expiring guy.
Yeah.
Somebody that nobody wants that you can, like, help your roster. Get a bullpen guy.
Right.
He might not opt out if he has a bad season.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, why would you?
Well,
Why would you? You know, you're going to get paid pretty well anyway. Yeah. So we got anything for the State of the Network?
I'm
You got
starting a
episode coming
new
up.
job
Oh, yeah, that's right.
next Monday. Sorry, Dave.
Fuck yeah.
Making your life miserable.
Yeah, fuck you, dog. No, just kidding.
Every day, I'm like, I'm gonna get the phone call.
Yeah, it's over. Just, me and you are over.
No, that's what we were talking about the other day. Jackie's like, well, how often are you? I was like, I see him for the podcast, like,
Right.
not working with him. I was like, I don't see him every day anyway, because a couple people said that to me, like, what do you?
You're gonna miss Dave.
You're gonna miss Dave, and I'm like, well, I don't see him every day anyway. I was like, as long as he still talks to me,
Yeah,
I should be okay. It's like, unless he writes me off, because yeah,
No,
I'm cleaning up all your messes.
It'll be good. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. It's not your fault. Don't blame you, Joe. Down in distance.
Should be coming out next week.
Next week. What days do you have like a scheduled?
I think
day?
it's going to take over the Sport Report slot.
So like Thursday.
Yeah. We'll record on a Tuesday after the regular, once in season. Record on a Tuesday after all the games have been played.
Yep.
Recap.
You can get it mixed down, whatever. Up on Thursday.
It'll be up on Thursday.
Cool, like that. So then, yeah, we'll keep this at Friday.
Chris Hogan, latest Patriot, all in on TB12 method.
Of course, he's got to get in. He's got to get in the click, man.
Yeah, he just wants to get.
He's like, guys, throw me the ball.
Want to hear another sad headline? Jeremy Hill, quote, jumped on a plane as quick as I could when the Pats called, and he's cut.
They cut him.
No, but he will be.
He will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely will be. So yeah, check out Down in Distance next Thursday. Not this week. Not in 2 days. In 9 days.
Yes.
Gotcha. There it is.
I really like that name the more
Oh,
I say
I
it.
want to go back to this part. So we always talk about how Dave's worst position is 69, most
Yeah.
disappointing position.
Yeah.
If you have a fat tongue, what are you doing?
Huh?
That should help you if you have a big tongue. Dave,
How did we
I'm on
end up?
top.
How did we end up here again?
I'm on top.
like, I have a fat tongue.
I said
Like
long. It's still long. Just kind of.
He just chokes on his own tongue.
What is that again? Say it again.
That was almost identical. That was actually a really good reenactment. Yeah. So that's it. So that's what I got going on.
Sorry to make it awkward
I've been
for you,
choking on my
Dave,
tongue.
but-
I've been choking and biting on my tongue
Bleacher
lately.
Report headline showing David Price. Red Sox finally get the ace they paid for.
What, he
They have a good start right now.
off
don't know.
himself?
I know Chris Sale's playing.
Yeah.
Showing
Yeah.
David Price.
Chris
Sale's
Sale?
pitching. Fucking. Come on,
Who cares?
Barstool. Get it together. I don't actually want to go there. He ripped WE. You saw that clip?
Oh, he's such a pussy.
Who?
Fucking
Portnoy, he's such a
Oh, for
pussy.
trying to take
Yeah,
his...
tried to take Carabas.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
right, though. He's
No.
right to
Take him
rip
again.
them.
No, well, here's the thing. They said, here's the thing that they
You
said.
gotta try.
You can't, no. You shouldn't be contacting our guys. Well, how do we know that he's under contract if we don't contact
them.
somebody
Right,
that
yeah.
knows him and
Right.
say, hey, is he under contract?
Right. Or
He-
when does the contract
When
up?
did- yeah,
right.
like
right.
that happens all
They're
the time.
all under... No, but it's public knowledge that Barstool employees are under contract. Cause
Yeah, but for how long? The contract expires.
Yeah, but he wasn't asking, when is your contract up?
How do you know?
How do you know?
He was... Because Carabas came out. And
Yeah,
Portnoy
and
came out and
do you-
said...
Yeah, but
Carabas said... Portnoy came out and said, Carabas told me that the conversation went, can we see your contract? Carabas sent them a page of the contract.
Right.
They said, oh, we can break this. Was their exact
Right.
thing.
Well, if they can,
So
you should.
If that's the
You're not
case,
trying.
if that's the case, then Portnoy is correct to be upset that they're trying to break his contract.
Yeah. Well, of course, yeah. I don't blame him for being pissed.
And
I don't blame
and
either side.
Portnoy's also mad because he just dumped a bunch of money into Carabas coming there. They
Right,
started
right.
a baseball show. They've
Right.
done all of this stuff
Yeah.
based on Carabas being there. He's upset that Carabas even is
Like talking to him, right?
if thought about leaving, or that these guys are trying to convince him to leave after he spent all of this money trying to do
Right.
this.
Right. Yeah, I like where he was like, and with fucking Carabas, I never know what the fuck he's doing.
Also, I like that he called Joe Zambrano Joe Zambrano.
Joe
about
Zambrano.
100
Yeah.
times.
Joe Zambrano, you fuck.
And then he likes Mutt just because he likes their horses. Did you hear that line?
Yeah, because he likes horses.
Just because Mutt likes horses, that Portnoy is like all in on
Yeah,
Mutt?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, he likes horses. So.
Yeah, he's into the horses. He's all right with me.
Also, only mentioned Glenn Ordway when they talked about the midday show. Completely left off Lou Merlone and Christopher Fourier, who I think he actually probably likes.
Who?
Portnoy.
He likes the Portnoy likes who?
Merlone and Fourier.
Oh yeah.
I don't because they were going through like the rundown of people on the network,
Right.
and they started at the afternoon show with Dale and Keith.
Yeah. Who's Keith?
The chick Liz Gonzalez knew Keith.
Yeah.
From she worked in the Boston market.
Right.
Yeah, she said he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy, and he's like, I don't care, fuck him. Whatever.
No, that's how I feel
he's
about
a nice
Portnoy.
guy? Fuck him too.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say that's how I feel about Portnoy. And every time somebody's like, "Oh, did you see what he did?" I'm like, "He's a fucking asshole."
Right. Yeah.
Like he's an asshole with money.
His whole
That's
shtick.
why he's the best.
Right. It's his whole shtick. It works. But
Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah, you guys can check out Steve Christina's stuff on the network.
yes,
Not on the network feed, but the extended arm of the network, Super Retro Throwback Views.
Is there any other news coming or no?
Say the
Has that stalemated?
Say the whole name.
The new and improved Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the audio files version 2.0.
You stuttered there.
I did. I almost said the lost audio files, and
He's gonna add that now.
yeah,
It's gonna be
that's
the
going to be
lost
his next
audio
one.
files
Be like, hey, these are all the things I never published. The lost audio files 3.9.
7.6.
No, nothing on that home front.
Okay, good.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
I'm okay with that.
Shots fired.
Whoa.
No, not in a bad way. Just I'm okay with that.
Right. Yeah. No, I
You're
got you.
okay with if he doesn't put out anything ever? Is that what you're trying to say?
What do you mean? The
Not
individual.
Steve. Not Steve.
Not Steve. No.
He was saying if there was any other news.
News.
Oh,
No.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
no
Right. No,
shade thrown at Steve.
That's why I thought we said shots fired.
That would have been a wild thing. Like, and fuck Steve. Like, wait a minute.
Not
why?
at all.
Yeah, what
We
the-
just
at all.
got him.
No,
Why
I
would
was
we
like,
do that?
Steve was on my last episode.
Well, he
Like, I
could
would
be a
not take
welcome
that.
party,
Yeah,
Aaron.
like,
Jeez.
Steve's really going to help us. No, Steve's
No,
great.
Steve's a good dude.
He's got a couple movie reviews. He's been pumping the whole BSN thing, so that's cool.
I definitely need to. We need to get into contact with Nat. He's
Yes.
been posting on a Facebook group that I belong to
Wild card.
that he is going to want. If there's anybody who wants to get involved in helping with the show or helping with
I'm
promoting and stuff.
I'm wrestling in the show.
Who are you going to wrestle?
I'm going to wrestle.
You going to wrestle GB?
Buff Dad.
Buff Dad.
Buff Dad's first match.
Well,
Yeah.
Buff Dad. Josie versus BD.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Old Buff Dad.
On that note,
That'll do it, guys.
That'll do.